guiding your youth in the same direction. Use the whole full. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get addicted to the lavish stuff, the baggies for bragging rights. Mix the boy with the girl, hit the fiends with hermaphrodite. No, the next king, I smoke the best strange with chest pains. The leg spring, separate your organs from the membrane. East New York in my veins, soon as you aim, I bang back. Enough clout to put Fifth and John on the same track. Probably could've made tax and choice shoot the one on. Certified in the slums, ain't a strip I couldn't pump on. Seen niggas get done off, war stars, now it's your turn. Heat to your chest, get niggas much more than heartburn. I'ma watch y'all earn, then I'm sending the goons later. I walk around with dead niggas' jewels, I'm a tomb raider. Removed haters, always kept the toolie for screw faces. Niggas that'll ride for the guard, they crusaders. A-rate you find us, the ghetto's behind us. If the eyes are the windows to the soul, I have your blinds shut. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. Listen, nigga, wisen up, don't go for the glory. Cops will find holes in your corpse and look for holes in my story. I'm from East New York, homie, know you roll outside. Your tongue will be stuck to the pole cause it's cold outside. And at the same time, too hot to even post outside. Who's this new 4-5 to have your soul on rise? Niggas took over high rises, paid workers, wage blow. Never ask for names, cause when detained, I don't say those. I push the range roll, get lame sold and lay low. Stake the precinct out to see how boys looking plain clothes. Got the game sold with the nickel diamonds mad at me, cause I brought more weight than the elevator's capacity. And what the fuck you think we out here bubbling grams for? To get my brother bail up so he ain't stuck in the can long. Where I'm from, there's cook up instead of books in the jam sport. What makes it more fucked up, the nigga Trump is the landlord. I'm from the right, nigga. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. The working man is the sucker. I'm suiting up for an interview, man. Punching the fucking clock, sweating for the next. I'm done. I'm gonna invest in myself. Stupid motherfuckers. The working man is the sucker. I got the raw for the sniffers, the gas for the puffers, the baggies for the pushers, the routes for the smugglers. Levee day fast, might not wait to see another. Let's get it. The working man is the sucker. The nigga came from nothing, so I had to be a hustler. Flashbacks was tragic, hustlers bagging up the butter. This for all my real niggas that was trapped up in the gutter. I got ya. The working man is a sucker. What kind of man is you? What kind of man is you? No, he's anonymous. East New York. Y'all niggas know what it is. Ugly. I'm done. I'm good.
New York bangers, Yo, what's going on, y'all? You already know it's your boy Prophet Pete, and you tuned into The Spot with your boy Prophet Pete. We got a special guest in the building. We got a special co-host today, and I ain't gonna introduce him. I'll let him introduce himself because he does it like no other.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time at WEMS Radio, it's your boy, the Wildcat J. Troy!
And we got one of his great friends, rapper, artist, and like Killer on the Low. But we'll talk about that later. Right? He got license to kill, y'all. So introduce yourself, my brother.
What's good, man? My name is Kenneth Deshawn from Queens. You know, I love rap. I love hip hop.
You love rap. You love hip hop.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got.
For now, yeah.
For now.
That's what we here for.
What was rap like growing up for you?
What was rap like growing up? For me, man, music been in my family like forever. Cause I have two older brothers. One of them sing, one of them rap. My pops is like a hip hop fanatic. So like he could tell you about the start of the when it started. He could tell you the first DJ, first probably hip hop party, MC. He know all of that. Like so, you know. And then my mom sing on top of that too. So it was like growing up. I heard music all the time.
Okay.
Like R&B, rap, gospel. Like I was listening to a lot of music. So, I mean, for me, it was just there. Like you know, so I ain't really put like my first rhyme together though until I was probably like 19 probably, like 19, 20. This is when Meek came out with Heaven and Hell, and I heard it. So I sat down one day and I'm like, yo, let me see if I could like put the pen in the pad real quick. Try to you know put words together, and I did it, and I played it for my brother. He was like, yo, that's you for real? Like, you wrote that? I said, yeah. He made me spit the same rhyme like 20 times straight. Over and over and over, man. So, I mean, music is huge, I think, in just anybody's life, you know. Like, it's therapeutic. You know, it helps you heal whatever you're going through. It's just good for any mood. Like, it's music for any mood, depending on how you feel, man. So, music is great. Like, you know, so for me, it's just been there my whole life. You know, it just took its time with me to figure it out and start doing it on my own, you know.
So what is it that you actually, right before you get into that writing session, what is it that you listen to that motivates you to get you into that process of yours?
Like getting into like wanting to write, like
Yeah, wanting to write or like.
Man, overall, I just say life. Because if you listen to a lot of stuff I have, it's just about things I've been through. Like ain't nothing for me, ain't nothing fabricated. Like it's all is real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the way I grew up and the way I understood rap and hip hop to be, you express where you come from and you express your pain and your reality and what's going on around you. So a lot of the times, like I don't know, the way I write is weird some days. Like I could just hear a beat and instantly it just click like that. Or there could be some days like I'm just feeling the type of way and I just write something down and I might hear a beat later and it just go together. Or like, I don't know, it varies, you know? But like for me, getting in that mode to write is fun. Cause there's some days it don't come easy, which make it a challenge. So you gotta sit there and be like, alright, well how could I really express how I feel, you know, and put it in the words that somebody else is gonna understand and feel themselves. And that's the main reason why I do it too. Like, cause there's a lot of people out there that's scared to speak up for how they feel and scared to express their emotions and stuff like that. So I like to make music that people can really relate to and be like, yeah, he's the voice, I need it, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, like going back to your early stuff that I've heard. When the first time I heard you actually like rap a song, I'm going way, way, way back, and I always tell you how much I love this song. Was the Can't Knock the Hustle one?
Oh, man.
Yo,
yeah.
bro, I still listen to that to this day, and it's still that song the song that you did, like it still holds up. Like, cause when you dropped it was like 2-3 years ago.
Nah, bro, I'm 25. I did Can't Knock the Hustle. At this point, probably like 4, right? Probably like 4 years ago.
4
no
years
lie.
ago, and that song's still holding up.
Yo, you wanna know what's crazy though? I remember how I wrote that song. Cause like I said, I have certain moments with certain songs I did, and when I did that, like I have different motivations sometimes. So I remember that day, my mother took me to go see the NWA movie. I never get that movie came out. Damn, was that 4 years ago?
Yeah.
NWA.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Whenever that movie,
The Straight Outta Compton. Yeah.
Yeah, Straight Outta Compton.
It's got to be like 3-4 years ago.
yeah, whenever that came out though, so we went to the movies that day to see that. So like, you know what NWA did for hip hop like was crazy. At that time, you got police brutality and what's going on in LA. Like they talking for the streets and talking for people. You know, real reality shit. So they did that, and then I think at that time, this is when Nas had his documentary Time Is Illmatic. Nas one of my favorite MCs ever. So I went home that night and I watched that. And after I was done watching that, like I was in awe. So I just went on the tube and I'm searching through beats and I just heard Can't Knock the Hustle and that
Yeah.
and it's just so much like feeling in that. And I'm like, nah, whole snapped on it. So like I turned all the lights off and I just like zoned out and I wrote to that. And I never forget, my pops took me back to school that summer, at the end of August. I said, Dad, I gotta play something for you. He heard that. He was like, yo,
fire.
That's you? Like, for real. Like, people be so surprised because, like, sometimes I could be real shy and just to myself. So, like, music, when you hear somebody rapping, it's like, that's you for real? Like,
That-
yeah, bro. Like, yo.
The first time I heard it, it was just like, oh, yo, that's really Kenny. And like even when we was in high school, it's like you always spoke about music, but I mean I didn't look at you as a rapper because I don't think you even mentioned anything about
See,
rapping.
You
when
know
we
what
in
it
high
was?
school.
When I was in high school, like, my brother, like, during that time, my brother was rapping, like, heavy. So, where I'm from in Queens, like, in the hood, like, people knew who my brother was. Yo, I never forget it. We in school one day, no lie. Stephen Prado.
Oh.
Worked everything I love. Because he from the same place I'm from, and around that area. So, we in school, I'm in my locker one day. I would never forget this. So, he come up to me. He always had his iPod on, always listening to music all the time. So, he said, yo, you got to hear something. So, I'm listening to this song, and I look at him. I'm like, yo, this is my brother. He's like, no, you lying. I said, nah, like, this is my biological brother. He's like, yo, that shit was dope, bro. Like, that shit was fire, for real. So I'm like, alright. So I told my brother about that. He's like, that's crazy. And then it's like I said, man, it got to a point where I'm like, fuck it. Like, music been there so long. Like, let me try to see how good I am with the pen and all that, you know? So, I mean, it's brought me far, though, man. It's a blessing. You know, I love it. So
Yo.
that's what keep me going.
Yo, it's just it's still like it still amazes me. It's like yo, cause I wouldn't have thought that you would. Like I know a lot of people that's trying to be rappers, but like you, I feel like it's on a different level. Like I always tell you all the time, I feel like you go so far with it because of the lyrics that you say, and whenever you do rap something, each line is said for a purpose. There's no like this. I feel like there's bars that's been said, and they just throw away bars for no reason. Like the line that did not that stopped making me like a Nicki Minaj fan is when she said this is a setup for a punchline on duct tape, something like that. She said something like that, and I was done. I was like, listen, I can't deal with her stuff no more because she was on thin ice with me. And then she said that, and I was like, yes, that was the bar, that was it. And I was just like, yo. So that's an example. So like going to you, it's just like every line you say, there's a reason behind it. Everything is a build up to it. It's a build up to, you know.
Well, it's like
what you trying to say?
Yo, you don't understand, like, some days how hard it be, though. Like, there's times, like, I might write, like, there's a few joints I did, and I wrote it in a matter of minutes. Like, there's certain instances I have where, like, my motivation is just hitting, like, boom, 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 and I write quick, like, 15, 20 minutes kind of thing. Then there's some joints, it take me a few days, like, no lie, it do. But I just want, like, because I'll write something sometimes, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, nah, this is trash. Like, might delete a ball, go back, like, and then there's sometimes where I don't even write in order. Like, I might hear a beat, and I might put like 3 bars here, 4 bars here, 2 bars here, and I flip it to where like it makes sense somehow, some way. So it's like, I mean, like I said, I try to put my best foot forward with everything I write, you know, everything I put out and people hear. Cause like I said, at the end of the day, I just want people to relate to it. It don't gotta touch the masses, but if 10 people tell me like, yo, I felt that, my job done. You know, that to me that's all that really mattered, man. Like just helping people out. You don't know what that verse or what that maybe 1 or 2 bars could have did for somebody that day. Somebody could be on the edge of suicide or something crazy, and you say something inspirational or motivating, and they like, yo, you saved my life. Like I didn't have joints, people hit me up, like, yo, I needed that today. I'm like, damn, like I'm really doing that for somebody, you know. So it's special, man. Like so, I try my best with everything I write, like just so people can feel it, you know. So.
Yeah. The going back to like stuff that you can relate to, well, I'm gonna use the Can't Knock the Hustle one more time because when I was away at school, when I first went away to Five Towns College, I didn't know nobody and I was alone, right? So just one day I was just walking to my dorm, and this was the first song that I've ever listened to when I was away at college. It was yours. It was Ken Knock the Hustle. For some reason, I felt like, you know, somebody from home that was talking to me, and then it made me feel better. So it's example like that. And then one of your latest tracks was the Everything one, which is also one of my favorites. It was like one of my favorites. It's just like when you thinking about somebody that you talk to, and it's just like the stuff that you saying, and it's just like.
You know what's so crazy with Everything, bro? Is like when I wrote that, I wasn't like my whole intention wasn't even trying to be like ball heavy or nothing. I was just honestly like just really expressing how I feel. It came out like a great song, but in the same token, like how I felt making that was crazy. Cause like it's about a girl, like I went through something with her before, so sometimes I might hear like, and I never forget it. Like I had a session, like I had another moment. I had a session, and I think I heard that beat, like it was a Mary J. Blige Everything. I heard that beat like the day prior to my session, and when I heard it, I just stopped everything and just, nah, I gotta do this. You feel me? Like it meant a lot to me. So it's crazy, man. Like my favorite joints to write is female songs. Like I love talking about feelings and all
They
that.
listen the most.
Yeah, man, but I like it's not even. Sometimes to me though, it don't even be about them. Like it don't even be about them. Like I like to do it more than I feel like they appreciate it. I just like writing about girls. I don't know. I have the most fun with that. But like I said, I mean, like for me, Everything. Honestly, like I don't even know if I have another song that's like debatable with that being my favorite. But like I was in a certain headspace and I was thinking about somebody I've been through something with before. So I just.
You know what? For me too. Like that song. It's funny that you say that because I put that song up against what was the name of the last song that you did? The one that you dropped. What was the name?
Can't Get Over You.
Yes, that one. When that first came out, I was like, oh, yo, this one is up there with everything, and I'm just like. Then I started listening to them like every day, like back to back. It was those two songs I would listen to back to try to figure out which one that I like.
I mean,
more.
like they both. At the end of the day, they both expressing how I feel about a woman. You know, like they both express that, but it's two different stories at the end of the day. Like Everything more so is kind of like, you know, like my first verse is pretty much just painting a picture of like the proper steps you need to take or like what you need to do to like be with somebody. You know, or like what you've been through and how you telling yourself like, yo, I gotta stop doing this. Like I need to focus up on shorty right now. And then the second verse on that song just really expresses like how I honestly feel like maybe if I messed up before and I'm just trying to give you all I got right now, like, you know, so, and then they Can't Get Over You. That right there, man, like that song is it's so fly. Like it's
Yo, I'm telling you.
like, and shout out to my man Othello from Philly. Like he did both of those beats. You know, so like that's my man. So
Okay, so the person that was singing in the beginning, was that was that your man's?
No. That's all. I think that was all like he sampled that.
Okay.
I wish I knew what song was, but it was all a sample. But the way he put it together is fire.
Yo, when I first heard it, I was just like, oh, okay, that beginning is something crazy,
That's
son.
what I'm saying. It's like
that,
when you hear a beat like that, you gotta know what to do with it though.
yeah.
You know, and like when it had the part when it said baby and all that, like you got.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, and that song to me is just expressing just like that's more good expression, like more good emotion, just, you know, treating a lady right, you know, and just doing right by her side and all that. So yeah, man. But I pick Everything. I can't help it.
So I was looking at the SoundCloud list of songs. It seems like you actually do put in some work because there's a decent amount of songs in there.
Yeah. You know, it's very difficult though at the end of the day too putting out music because I don't want to just put stuff on SoundCloud forever. But at the same token, like, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, people know me, but the world don't know who I am. You know, like it's crazy though. I don't have people from, honestly, Spain hit me up before. Somebody from Germany, like people from out the country that don't know me from a hole in the wall. Like, well, Switzerland. like, people honestly hit me up in my DM, like, yo, you get support from here, like, we rocking with your music. Like, I was like, yo, this is crazy, you know, but, I mean, you know, honestly, at this point, like I said, I don't got no label or nothing or nobody backing me. So, you know, I mean, in the meantime, I got to use free beats. I got to do what I got to do. So, you know, I throw certain stuff on SoundCloud, but, you know, I'm trying to really invest in myself, you know, try to get better beats, you know, more beats, and try to do more Apple Music and Spotify and stuff like that, and just continue to let my catalog grow. Because, like, honestly, I have a lot of unreleased music, like, for real. So, like, I could sit and not record for a while and still just keep dropping stuff. And you'd be like when I dropped Can't Get Over You, I did Can't Get Over You last September.
Yeah.
Like, I did that last year.
That was some heat.
And I just put it out, like a month ago, maybe, and change ago.
Yeah, it was about a month.
And people think that song is brand new. So to me, it's like, oh yeah, that's crazy. You feel me? How I could do that some time ago, and I put it out, and people think like, yo, this is fire. You know, so I mean, so I got a lot of unreleased, but you know, my plan is next year, 2020, just keep elevating, just keep being me. You know, like I said, I'm trying to drop a project soon. That's my next plan. I'm trying to focus on that. I just gotta find the time and be in the right headspace. You know, and just keep being me though.
Mhm.
You know, nobody can take that away from me as long as I keep being me and doing what I'm doing and know how great I am and keep putting that pen to the paper. You know, I'm gonna be great. So, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick music break, and we're going to start off with Can't Knock the Hustle, and then after that we're going to play everything. Since y'all been talking about it so damn much, so gotta make sure we get into it.
Play the track. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta play it. We can't just talk about it and everybody like,
let me hear it.
Let me hear
Facts,
it.
right?
All right,
Yeah,
so this is what got Jay Troy all caught up in the beginning. He's like, oh, when I heard that shit, it was fire.
Yeah.
Can't Knock the Hustle.
Just talk about it. Just talk about
Living on 9-9, it was poppin' times. Young boy growing up like the Columbine. I remember Ants lit the Harlem with a scholar mine, and Todd Gutter was the nigga with the poppin' rhymes. Listen, I was raised better, lucky for my parents. Too many niggas scamming, jail time sound bananas, and niggas sniffing white for the pain of life. All making green off the grain like they played for rice. I remember back in the days I was hanging tight to my hoop dreams, but I never made it right. It was either death or dishonor for the sake of life. You getting shot in your back or they played the knife. My older brother knew what it was, handling chrome. Caveman shift, meaning he was handling stone. Same as Stallone, back blocks, managing home. Bought me kicks all the time, was a man on his own. I said, can't knock the muscle.
I forgot for real.
Can't knock the hustle. Real shit.
So with music, some days I forget what I did.
Moms had 2 jobs, I ain't never complained. Brother was dealing white, either crack or cocaine. Pops can't get overtime, shit is insane. Wanna drive down the block in a plated gold range. I was the baby of the family, so I knew what to do. Stayed off the streets, ball out, and do good in school. I was well protected, both of my brothers, they was well connected. Pops in the Ville, Mount Vernon was very hectic. Life lessons, do this for the team, and I'm talking about my family to show you what I mean. Had some brothers that was friends, started acting like a fiend. Had to cut a couple off, see the difference in the seams. Computer dudes, different vibes, they was mutual, but I'm on my own, live life, it tutors you. You know patience is a virtue. Think about the time your mama spent when she birthed you. Why I see it early and I call it like a curfew. I was outside with some killers that could murk you. Always had my back and told me life could get worse too. Told me go to school and find a lady down to earth too. Really started thinking, gotta do what I want to. I should find a girl, baby please let me flaunt you. Show you to my mom too. Thinking hard, wonder where the love will begin. Promise
trust me that we always gonna be lovers and friends. I done dealt with many girls and they forced to the end. Relationships that we fought to extend, but it ain't work. Gotta find somebody who gon' understand your worth. Praying for your life like you sitting up in church. Dress you head to toe in the newest of the merch. Can you understand my praying through this verse? Listen, you know it's all because of you and I'm never sad and blue. Girl, you brighten up my days in your own special way. Whenever you around and I'm never feeling down. You my trusted friend and only you I can depend. You take away the pain and you bring me paradise. And when them days is cloudy, girl, you brighten up my life. So because of you, baby, you my everything. You my everything, girl, and everything is you. I be praying, God willing. I be so confused, so just tell me what you feeling. Reminisce on days, all we did, we was chilling. Have a life with me, we could travel, we'd be living. Do you wanna be with me, cause it's the right decision. I remember times I was focused on the mission. Thinking I was cool, trying to be with different women. Karma was the worst and I admit that I was tripping. Something's really missing. I really try hard to show you better days. And this little thing of ours will never fade away. If you holding down yours, then everything is great. This is all for heaven's sake. I'm just opening the gate cause it's a lot that I've been through. You was really there when I was dealing with some issues. Only thing I needed is I love you and I miss you. Time to tell it all, but that's something that you've been new. Always gonna defend you, I can't see it coming down your eyes. So I gotta make the song cry. And I'm just waiting for the growth. And the wedding day where I propose a toast. And they hating on my lady cause I'm bragging and I boast. I'm just stuck up in the age where having different morals make you wanna love for days. And values and loyalty and honesty and God could really show you somebody. You reaching for the stars, you know who you are. And it's all because of you that I'm never sad and blue. You brighten up my days in your own special way. Whenever you around, girl, I'm never feeling down. You my trusted friend and only you I can depend. You take away the pain and you bring me paradise. And when them days is cloudy, girl, you brighten up my life. So because of you, baby, you my everything. You my everything, girl, and everything is you. That's it.
Yeah, well, we got one more for you. It's always a beautiful thing, all right? Okay. Because he got a lot of music, Like we could have a whole show with just playing his music for 2 hours, like for 2 hours, a whole 2 hours. Yo, watch out for the camera. You standing in front of it. Oh.
Best thing about a girl, well, shorty is your whole world. Baby, you my everything. Baby, you my everything. Compare the life to the love, and girl, you know I'm heaven sent like the white on the dove. I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right by my lady. Put it on my heart, girl, you know that you mine. You know that you mine. You know that you mine. Little boo, what up? I'm trying to fly where you ain't never flown. Take you different places you ain't never gone. If loving you is right, I ain't never wrong. And we gon' get it on to the early morn. Shorty know I'm attached, put my location in her phone so she know where I'm at, and I'ma keep it real. And shorty, you know the deal, I'm fantasizing for real, for everything that you feel. Better days when we all alone, it's the coolest vibe. Bumping Ricky Blaze, thinking about just you and I. You make me feel like I ain't never felt, and I only want you and nobody else. You know it's our time and it's the right time. I put my soul on it, you my lifeline. You mean the world to me, you my baby girl. Little boo, everything, I'ma change your world. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right as a king. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love, I'm trying to show you what I mean, I'ma give you everything. Long life I'm trying to live, I'ma show you what it is, you don't ever have to worry again. Can't nobody do you foul, swear to God I'll hunt them down, and you'll never have a worry from them. And I'ma change the perspective, we could got each other, all we needed was direction. Yeah, I made mistakes, but you helped me with correction. We was meant to be, this is something I don't question. The hardest things bring us closer, your presence is the greatest, all I needed was some closure. Grab you by your hand and do right like I'm supposed to. I'ma be the man that's gonna show you off and post you. I wanna fall in love with you, long nights in the tub with you. Booty rubs for you. I wanna make love to you. Nobody else, so I'm stuck with you. You the love of my life. Compare the life to the love. I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love. I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right as it came. Compare the life to the love. I'm trying to show you that you all the above, and you was never a dove. Compare the life to the love. I'm trying to show you what I mean. I'ma give you everything. Compare the life to the love, and girl, you know I'm heaven sent like the white on the dove. I'm trying to show you what I mean and do right by my lady. Put it on my heart, girl. You know that you my baby. You know that you my. You know that you my. You know that you my baby. That's it.
Yeah, we back, y'all. And you already know who it is. It's your boy Prophet Pete. Got my guest co-host, Mr. J. Troy. Wildcat J. Troy, by the way. Wildcat J. Troy. Right? He can't fuck that up. And yo, shout out to my man, DJ Sean Recognize. We all know you doing your thing down south right now. No love laws, nothing but love. Hope you watching. I know you are. We in here, bro. And we going to talk about this music right quick. Okay. So you trying to be a lover and shit? Like what the hell going on here? Like, your man agree with me. He's just like,
Funny, no,
yo.
you know what's crazy though? Like, no funny, like, I love bars and I love, like, being on some real New York gritty, like, bar heavy, like, rap a lot. But I might hear something about the ladies, because me and him, we go back and forth. Like, how often we send beats to each other, bro? Like, honestly. Every day. We go like this. Boom, he might send me like 2-3 joints. I might send him a couple. I might be like, bro, that's trash. He'd be like, bro, that's trash. I'm like, that's fire, that's fire. But like when I send him the female joints, nah, bro, I don't want to hear that. And I'm like, what you mean? This is fire. Like, I don't know, man. And maybe because
I think you on your Fab shit though.
nah.
Because no
Fab, dude.
but Fab, you think about it, right? Yo, Fab has been like the love song bar dude for a minute.
I mean, you know what's crazy if you think about it? You bring up, it's a lot of them though. You bring up Fab got Can't Let You Go and Trade It All and Make Me Better and all of those kind of joints. But you gotta understand, man, you also got like a LL the king of that.
Oh, yeah.
What about Ja?
Ja Rule got mad at them joints.
Until
50. 50 got...
50, oh, no lie. I know you from Queens. I don't know how you gonna feel about
Queens,
this.
though.
I know, but we talk about 50 right now. Right? We talk about 50.
Yeah.
Right? 50 is a lot of motherfuckers' heroes. Right?
He's one of my heroes, too.
Right? But 50 assassinated Ja Rule for doing what he was doing, and then while he was killing them, he was picking up his style, and he walked off to the right with it.
Yo, see, you know what's crazy, though? And I'm not even trying to like make it seem like I'm bashing, because I'm not at all. But if you look at it, the people that kind of like really made that kind of like R&B kind of style like hit was when Puff and them was doing it though, and Biggie and all of them. Cause like, no funny, when LL came out, he was a ladies man. Like,
Yeah, all
ladies
the
love
time.
Cool J for real. Like he was making that kind of music. But what made it so poppin' and like hip and like you get jiggy with it when Diddy and Big came out. It was so smooth. It was different.
It was the Shiny Suits Harlem, baby.
Shiny Suit, the Jiggy era, though. That's what
Yo, I'm telling you, Shiny Suits, baby.
Like, you know,
That was my era.
And it's
Oh
dope.
shit, I just told my age.
You're 21, you're young. You gotta understand though, like I'm 25 and like I love the culture so much. I know a lot about that. So then you gotta go from them to when Jay-Z did like Sunshine or something like that, you know, and then it kept carrying over. Ja had hits with Ashanti.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I just wish he never went though. Like I know he went through whatever he went through.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't think he should ever stop. Murder Inc. went through this situation and all that. But it's like, yo, where you at though?
Facts. But like I said, at the end of the day though, Ja not the only. Like everybody did. Like I said, 50 had what? Best Friend. 50 had
21
Questions.
He did
Baby by Me.
21 Questions.
Baby by Me.
Yeah. I think when he did 21 Questions, I feel like that,
Yeah,
changed,
that was it.
That changed the game.
That
Yeah,
was
it
a
is.
rap.
'Cause
That was
Yeah.
all.
21 Questions was so gangster, but so like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, I could really sing this to my shorty on a daily.
Yeah, it was relatable to so many people. It was relatable to so
Like,
many
yo,
people.
when he
Yeah.
said, at that age, when he said, I love you like a fat kid love cake, I was like, yo, that's crazy. You know? So it's like,
Because everybody know fat kid loves cake. That's what we do.
yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah,
what
they,
we
they
do,
can't
bro.
deny that.
Yeah.
Like in Matilda, when they eat the cake,
Bruce-
pussy.
Facts.
You know, but like I said, with me, man, at the end of the day, like, I feel like making those songs, like, they're so fun, though. Like, they're fun. Like,
They are.
having emotions, and this is the thing, I feel like people be too wrapped up in trying to be, like, so tough all the time. Like, yo, me,
You gotta let that out.
like I said, I could be ball heavy, and I could talk about the streets. I could do that. But, like, I have this soft side of me. Like, I'm a Gemini. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
you
Gemini
want it.
too.
God damn Gemini.
I could be.
Yeah,
I'm
we here.
surrounded by them. What the hell?
Like, no funny though. I could be super cool, but then I get in my moods and like I dealt with a fair share of girls. You know, a lot of girls I took serious.
Especially when you fucking making music like that. You
Yo,
got a
but
slew
you
of
understand
bitches.
when I-
They just lined up.
Nah, it's not even that. Like there's been moments in my life where like I've taken certain girls like really serious. So in that point in time, I'm sharing life experiences with you. So when I hear certain music or certain beats, it just click, and I'm like, and the first thing that comes to my head is this girl, and I'm like, damn, you know, and then it started to flow. But like the female joints, like yo, he told me too though. My man, he said, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. You should come out with like a love like kind of EP kind of thing.
Yo, you know what it
That
could
would
be?
be
Yo,
fire.
you know what it could be?
I
That
got so many of them.
it
That would be so fire.
you could probably do like a side A, side B shit where you got all your love stuff
You got the street stuff.
and then you got the street stuff on the other end. So you got variety. So it's like you hit them and they like they don't even know what to do. They like
I
they-
can't. You know why I can't do it though? Drake did it.
Drake did it.
Drake did it.
Well, you follow the greats. We do. Yo,
Nah, Drake great, but I'm
you gotta.
Drake is good, but I'm gonna figure out another formula to do it my way.
Well, nah, you figure it out. But I think what the good thing is that although you got your sensitive music, you call it sensitive
Nah,
music,
but it's crazy.
emotional music, or whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that it's great when an artist can show versatility. Like yo, I can hit you with this. Yo, I'm feeling this way this day. Like I'm human. I'm not always in my bag and trying to get my bag or trying to murder somebody or trying to rise to the top. Like I'm trying to find my queen. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to find love. Like all that can show. And when you do it over different beats and you're able to just even switch up your flow a little bit, it shows a whole different side of you that people are like, your music doesn't sound the same. There's artists out there that put music out
Yo, it sounded similar.
and every song is the same thing. Yo, the tempo's the same, the beat.
The flow,
and
everything,
they
yo.
probably changed a snare somewhere in between, and they like, yo, this is a new beat. Nah, man, that's just look. I know, I'm gonna talk about somebody, and I don't really give a fuck if he hear me or not. You know why? I send you a DM. I'll send you a copy of the video, bro. I don't care. Pop Smoke.
Oh,
Pop Smoke. I swear
You're
to
not
God.
the only one though. And it's like I said, yo, I ain't even trying to diss Pop, and the only reason I say that is because Pop from the town. We all from New York, so I support New York artists. But I feel like that's the reason why in this day and age there's no longevity. Because if you think about it, every other month or every other year, somebody new is on top. Then the next year they vanish. Then the next year somebody new is blazing. Again.
6ix9ine.
Oh,
I know we don't like to talk
No,
about.
it ain't even. No. This is shying away from whatever that extra.
No, but I'm just saying like he
In terms
did
of-
have his.
You know what's crazy though? In terms of his music though, his sound was the same on everything, but for some reason, and this is another thing I talk to people about, is the baby as well. They're very one dimensional, but for some reason, I feel like those was two people that I don't know. They figure it out.
somehow, although he was like
And
6ix9ine,
yeah.
definitely very one-dimensional, but somehow, some way, he would do some shit that would make it sound a little different but he would say the most stupidest shit.
He can't rap. I know.
No, he would say the stupidest shit on the track, but it was so stupid that it had you repeating the shit. And you like,
I ain't stupid. He said something like that.
Yeah,
He
so
said
I ain't
Like,
you sitting there, you doing it, and you like, did he really just say that shit? And then you listen to the shit again, and now you saying the shit, and it's like
that's how it was with me, because when he first came out, I couldn't stand him. And my brother was like, "Yo, you listen to 6ix9ine?" I was like, "Bro, I listened to one song." I was like, "Nah, I can't do this. I can't do this." And then next thing you know, it was just like one day I'm at school, and next thing you know, I'm having BB say fly like a dragon, gonna fly like a light. Yo, it was stuck in my head, and I'm just like,
But yo, I'm gonna tell you what's so funny about that bar though, because there was some kids that said that like years ago, like. So he took that and he put it in the song, and people have never heard the original video from where that came from.
I've never heard it.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, it was. Dang, who was it? Yappy, right? Some kid named Yappy or something. Where he from? Where he was from? I think it's from the Bronx. And he has a video, and he said that because they was dissing some kids from Hobridge, I think, at the time. And he said, "BB sagging, fly like a dragon." So when 6ix9ine said it, I'm like, bro, you still in bars, but like the world never heard the original. So when 6ix9ine did it, it was like, it's cool. You know,
so 6ix9ine was doing homework.
I'm telling you,
sitting there doing homework a little bit.
Yo, you gotta understand, like we all, like at the end of the day, we all from New York. So like, it's certain things we just know.
Like
you know?
there's
like,
things that there's a bar that you heard that you can't even remember where you heard it from, but that shit's just stuck in your head.
Yeah.
And when you going to put something together, somehow you trying to put that bar in what you putting
like
out.
I said, 6ix9ine was just somebody that ain't care though, man. And I mean, at the end of the day, his situation is like, it's crazy. I mean, so you know, it's crazy. People be asking me, they're like, do I think he's gonna sell when he get out of jail? And I think yes,
I
because
think so too.
because of the fact you have people out there that are trolls, and there are people that are not gonna care at all. They're gonna be like, 6ix9ine, you snitched. We love you for that.
He's a troll and he's trending.
6ix9ine, you
So-
snitched. I'm gonna snitch too. And people gonna go to his shows still and not care. There's still gonna be producers, I think, that's gonna mess with him. Like,
Because I think the integrity of the industry has changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what it was before. And it was, the rules of the street fell into what the industry was. Now the industry has become so convoluted with what it's convoluted
you know
with.
what it is, man? Like, not saying it's not competitive no more, but it's not competitive. Like, I grew up at a time where when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, I was probably like 9 years old probably. 50 Cent has an album, right? And he has a diss song on his album dedicated to Ja Rule. Nobody, who was doing that at that time? Like making an album, but you have a song dissing somebody on your album. Like, 'cause at that time, man, like, rap beef was real. Like, no lie, yo, it's crazy. Like, at that time, man, you gotta think. Like, when I was younger, I was listening to all of this. Like, Rockefeller beefing with the Locks. Then you got 50 and G-Unit beefing with the Locks still, too. And then, like, John 50 beefing. Like, rap beef was serious. So, at that time, like, but it was so serious, though. Like, the music was so pure. So it's like nowadays, the game is too saturated. So it's like, I feel like when there is an actual rap beef, I'll be so caught up in the hype just to see what's gonna happen. Like when Drake and Meek went at it. Like don't get it twisted. Like I've been a Meek Mill fan since he had the dirty braids and he was looking tragic. Like no funny. Like I love Meek to death. Like that's one of my favorite rappers like ever. But to me, Drake got the best of him. I can't lie, you know. And I wish some beef like that went on forever, like for a while. But you know, it's everybody's so buddy now, and like if you got a problem with somebody, nobody want to get in a booth and address certain things. Like I miss that. I miss that about music. It's not competitive. Nobody want to go to war no more. Even just for the fun of it. Like when Kendrick dropped, damn, what was that Kendrick dropped? I don't know. Kendrick had dropped a diss though to everybody, and when Kendrick dropped that, everybody responded.
Oh yeah.
What was that joint?
Rules of Control.
Control.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember on a bus hearing about it.
Kendrick dropped Control. Like the whole world was responding.
Yeah.
And to me, I loved it because that's what it is. That's where this
I
comes
remember
from.
that was like in
Which-
2013 when
I
he
got
did that.
two questions for you.
Okay.
Now, do you think that because back in the days, the way the industry was, the only way you really got put on, it was through the industry, basically getting a deal and people backing you. Like, nobody knew about you unless you got a deal. Now, do you think because we have platforms like SoundCloud, Spotify, and things like that, where you don't need labels, people just kind of stay in their own lane and just do what they do and don't look on the outside to do what they do?
Yes and no, because at the end of the day, so when hip hop was really like bubbling, like in the '80s when people were starting to get deals and stuff, getting a deal, like when you got a deal, you was Jordan at that time, like you was Mike.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you nothing. Same thing through the '90s, but in the '80s when hip hop started, like you had to battle, like groups was battling. So like if you proved that you was that guy, like labels was coming to find you. Same thing in the '90s, like when all them Wu-Tang and Nas and Hove and everybody was coming out, Mobb Deep and everybody, DMX, they was battling.
They would be like
They
it was real
were
beef.
like you would go to a hood and like you, but got the most bars is coming out on top, and that's what labels wanted. But it's like nowadays, what people going through now, and the more information that's coming out about labels and stuff, like labels owning all your rights and all your beats and all that stuff. Like it's a lot that going into it now. Back then, it didn't really mean too much all of that because like this is the most amount of money anybody in the hood was seeing.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think there was a care in the world because when you making millions at that point, you like, yo, bro, we made it. Like we getting out the projects, all of that. Nowadays, and that's why I think a lot of people look up to Chance the Rapper, because Chance the Rapper is probably one of the first people that really went independent and blew up and did his own thing. So once he set that blueprint, now people like, yo, I don't need the label no more. This and that, blah blah blah. Like the only difference is when you're doing it independent, you really gotta put like both your feet in the water.
Yeah, you can't play that game.
You gotta tread the water by yourself. Like you gotta promo by yourself. You gotta set up your shows by yourself. You gotta do everything on your dolly. But when that money coming in, that's 100% you. So I mean, it's both sides to the coin still because at the end of the day, you sign to a label, they're gonna give you that back end that you need. They're gonna give you that budget that you need. They still gonna try to push your stuff, this and that, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, a label could still fuck you and be like, we're gonna put you on the shelf because we got such and such in front of you, and you still might not even ever come out. So I mean, I don't know. It varies, man. Like in this day and age, to me, it's kind of like what works for you works for you. And I always use this example, like when the Lox was signed to Puff. They didn't drop an album for years because Puff owned all of they stuff, and I never forget they was on I think it was on Hot 87. Puff and Styles P and them going at it, like yo Puff, we need our publishing, bro, give it to us, and so like it's just a lesson learned. Like you at the end of the day, no matter how much you love music or doing this, you gotta be a student of the game too, because I got the best music in the world, and I feel like I'm very talented, but I could have been a dumb kid and a label could have came to me and be like, yo, we got this deal for you. And it could be a whole 360 deal. And I see $2 million on the bottom of the page though.
And you
I'm
skipped over all that shit.
Yeah.
2 million.
But yo, no lie, like $2 million it'll get you out the hood though. It'll get you out the hood, it'll take you nice gated community, you buy your mother a car, buy your mom a crib, all of that. That's what I wanna do. Get my little sisters, my brothers, my pops, everybody. You see $2 million at the bottom of that paper, boom, 360 deal. We own everything. Then you might not ever come out now. It's like yo, like so. It's nowadays with that and going independent is two sides of the coin still. I think that's why nowadays a lot of artists do like partnerships. If you pay attention, like the Lox got a partnership with their label. A Boogie and Don Q and Hobbers, they got a partnership with I think Atlantic. I think that's what they would. They have partnerships, so it's like it's kind of 50-50 still, but like yo, we could do whatever we want on this side without there really being like any repercussions and any consequences. Or So I mean, the label and stuff, man. Like, I don't know. It'd be cool if Def Jam called me today and be like, "Yo, we want you." It's Def Jam, but you still gotta read between the lines and know what you're getting yourself into.
They gonna make you shave all your hair off.
I bet
They gonna tell you you gotta lick your lips like LL.
Yo.
all the time.
Yo, no fun. I lick my lips all the time.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you really on your LL
Nah,
shit?
that's what.
Nah.
That's funny. That's what girls tell me. They're like, "Why you lick your lips so much?" I was like, "I can't help it. I just."
Say LL, baby. That's it. LL, baby. That's it. Now, there was something else that you said, and when we was talking about the battling,
Mm.
and you was talking about this entity battling the locks. These people came for the locks. Such and such came for the locks. I'm still trying to figure out, because I'm a diehard Locks fan. Jada Kiss, Styles P, Sheik, like,
Even J Hood too. He was with them at a point.
Right.
He was-
yo, the whole Raping You records, like, they was telling stories about that stuff when people weren't really listening. And it's like, why do you think they're not where everybody else has landed that used to come for them?
The Locks? That's a great question. Nobody ever asked me that. So it's like when the Locks got hot, like Puff found them during the 90s. So like when people first heard the Locks, you heard like Money, Power, Respect and songs like that. And like with Jada and Styles and Sheik was spitting and All About the Benjamins, like I think Sheik verse on All About the Benjamins is the hardest verse on that song. Like, so at that time, what they were saying was so gritty, and it was like, I don't know, man. Like maybe, I don't know. It just didn't. I don't want to say it didn't hit, cause it hit, but at that time, like, you understand, you got Beanie Siegel and them that's rocking with Jay-Z. At this point in time, like early 2000s, if it's not Nas, it's Hov. Like it's back and forth. Just how people got the argument with Drake and Cole and Kendrick, how they the top MCs now, which I think in this generation, you can't put your pen to the pad against them when they really, really rap.
Mm-hmm.
But like at that moment in time, it's Nas and Hov.
Mm-hmm.
Like going against The Rock at that time, though, you got a army with Beanie Siegel, Freeway, Young Guns, and then you got the whole state property entity underneath that tree. Like, it's hard to go against that. And then when 50 came out, 50 was like a sound, like it was so gangster, and at that time it was so needed though. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But we still had them.
I remember.
Cause we still had those kind of artists. And it's crazy because every kid that grow up, like when they get asked what's the first album they really like knew word for word and all that, it's Get Rich or Die Trying.
You knew every fucking track on that album
For me,
because you listened to
For
it.
me, that's probably like the second album that I knew. Like I used to listen to P Rock and CL Smooth a lot because my pops. I knew they had an album called Main Ingredient. I knew that like word for word verbatim. But when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, everybody knew that. And then you get Young Buck from the country.
Mm-hmm.
You get Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
Like
Banks is fire.
who was touching Banks?
Banks
was,
is fire.
You feel me? So
Banks is fire.
I mean, when you talk longevity, in this day and age, 50 could go anywhere and people know Fifth. Hov could go anywhere, they know Hov. When you look at the Locks, it's like the Locks can still go anywhere too though, and people know them. But maybe it's because during that point in time when they probably released their last album during the early 2000s to when they released their previous album a few years ago, they was kind of just gone. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Because like I said, they was going through that whole thing with Puff. So at that time, you still got 50 dropping albums like this. You still got Hov dropping albums like this. So they keeping up with the masses, you know. I mean, individually, Styles and Sheik and Jada was doing their own thing. And at the end of the day, I think people know Jada the most out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, and Kiss, nah, I can't lie. Like, Kiss is that guy. But at the end of the day, in that period of time, why I think a lot of people went for them, though, because it's like, at the end of the day, you really have to test your pen. Like, you can't just go at Kiss or Styles and them and be like,
Come with some bullshit like,
Yeah,
I
like,
just
yo,
woke up and I'm gonna come for you.
like, there's people out there that got like 10-minute songs dissing them. Because you can't play. Like, and at that time, though, it's cool, though. Because, like, that rap beef, man, like, you really shown, you know, like, the point, at the end of the day, you know, outside of the beef, I think the whole point is I rap better than you, and I'm about to show you that. But it was so hood at the end of time because that's where they came from. You know, so I mean, you look back on that now, and you look at where, like I said, where Styles and Kiss and Sheik is at now, and they still get mad love too, though. You know,
They do, and they. My opinion on it is where everybody else went real commercial with theirs, they stood true to their game.
and they still do.
And they still do to this day. Like, yo, you talk to Sheiks or you talk to Styles P. They like, yo, nah, I ain't doing that real commercial shit. Like, I'ma still do my shit. Like, this is what I do. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about that. The only one that switched it up a little bit, where he gets the most recognition, is Jadakiss, because he'll hop on. He's had those little love songs and all that too.
Yeah, like when he did one of my favorite Kiss joints is "Hold You Down." Like that's a dope R&B song, but I don't know, man. Like they have a certain sound where like they'll do the R&B joint, but it's still so hood though.
It's still them.
You got it. Like be like, yo, you drive through the hood. The toughest nigga in the hood is bumping. Like, you know? Like for real. So I mean, like they know what they're doing, but at the end of the day, they still know how to be them. So that separates them. Cause, and this is my thing too. Like a lot of people nowadays, I feel like they sell their soul to the game.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
say you should do that.
Like,
Never
like
do that.
they people really sell their souls. Like people will come to you with an image and this and that and tell you got to do that. Hell no, I'm gonna be me. Like, no way. Like I do the love songs here and there, but at the end of the day, it's still my sound. It's still what I want to do. So I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, though, at the end of the day, I feel like Kissing them, they still got their longevity because they still got major tracks that you hear now and you like, oh shit, like when you hear like a Wild Out or something like that.
Oh, that was my
You
shit.
know, like yeah. So they have their songs too, but I mean they're not. They're I don't want to say they're really below like a 50 and Hov because they're not, but like 50 and Hov are really like moguls. Kissing them, they just gonna go in the booth and just rap without a kid.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's still longevity for the Locks forever though. I love LOX. Like, I grew up listening to some of the foul shit they used to say. Like when Kiss said, "Hey, them thugs should have warned you when them bullets is in you. It feel like the iron is plugged up, but it's on you."
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know how hot that is.
Definitely. It's
You know?
really hot, literally.
Yeah. So it's.
And, you know, I had a lot of respect for Kiss. There was one point where he was supposed to get surgery to actually fix something with his vocal cords. Or
Kiss,
something,
word?
yeah. And this was way back. This was way, way back. Like, and he had an interview, and they were supposed to fix it because the raspy voice and all that, like, that's an actual health issue that he has.
Oh,
And they was going to fix it. And he was like, yo, if I fix it, am I going to sound the same? They was like, nah, probably not. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need it.
God, yo, that I had. No,
Yo, yo, just crazy.
Nah, it's
Like,
but
come
it's
on.
trademark, though.
Yo,
Like it's trademark. So like that's what I'm saying. Like they could do certain things in this generation, in this instance, in this era. Like you gonna be like, yo, that's them. Like so you can never take that away from them. Like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like the Locks have longevity till the world breaks and disintegrates.
and there was one thing that he said that I never forget. And he was like, sound anything like Kiss then sound right here. When, basically, if you sound like him, you was getting a deal. It was a rap. Now, there's someone that I think is trying to come out right now that sounds a lot like Kiss, raspy voice and all that. His name is the infamous Amadeus.
I never. No disrespect, I never heard.
Never heard. He from the Bronx. Well, he from the Bronx. He used to be a videographer. He had showcases downtown Manhattan, LES, twice a month. He's on Shade 405 Radio. He's a DJ, but he raps too. But his bars resemble a lot of Kiss. His flow is Kiss flow, all that.
Man, leave Kiss alone. Leave Fifth alone. Leave Hope. You can never do what they did because, for one, you can never do what they did impact-wise to me. The impact they had making music was ridiculous. And then for two, you just can't do what they you can't do what they do.
Yeah.
Like they all have their own like lane and their own sound. Like I said, like Jada got that raspy joint. 50 got shot in the face.
Which changed his voice.
But it changed his voice, but it made him like unique.
Yeah.
Like Hove went on tour with Big Daddy Kane back in the day, and he wasn't getting them from it and wanted to go back to the streets, and got convinced to really go hard with it and started talking that street shit mixed with that like jewelry. Hove was one of the first that really brought that whole like famous like lavish lifestyle to the game.
So who out of all of those that you just mentioned, who was the one was the most influential to you? The one that was like, yo, I need to really do this.
Damn.
My bad. This is the spot, y'all.
Nah, not even, man. Like, cause yo, at the end of the day, like, a lot of people always ask me like, what's my top 5 kind of list and all that, and it's always a debate because outside of them 3, like Nas, Hove, Jada, and Fifth, I have Nas. Like, what Nas was doing and what Nas says in his songs, like, and the way he tells his story and all that, to me, and plus he from Queens, so I'm biased already, but Nas is one of the greatest MCs to ever put his 2 feet on the ground. So, if you ask me who's the most influential, I'll probably say, man, it's hard. Because growing up, my brother was listening to all of them. Like my older brother, like, he was rapping, like, heavy. So, when I was young, I'm like 7, 8 years old, my brother listening to everybody. The Rod, Dipset, Rough Rod. Not even the Lock, just the whole Rough Riders. X, Dragon, all of them. He listened to all of them. Nas got The Firm and AZ and Foxy and all of them. So, like, I'm listening to this. My older cousin, Big Ant, like, he got posters of Streets is Watching, Illmatic, all that in his room. And I'm like a little kid, like, what is this? And me being me, I go figure it out. So, I mean, they all had an impact on me, you know. But, like, me being who I am now, I go back and probably listen to a lot of Nas, you know. Because, like I said, Nas is the storyteller. And I like to do that, you know. So, in this day and age, some of my favorite MCs now, like I said, Meek. And I think that's why I like Dave East a lot too, because Dave East he paint pictures and tells stories himself too. That's why I like East a lot. And outside of them too, I mean,
His voice is unique.
Yeah.
Like when you hear Dave East on something, you know it's Dave East. That's not like, yo, who that? That's Dave East. See, when you hear Nas, you hear Nas. When you hear Jay, you hear Jay. When you hear 50, you hear 50. When you hear Jada, you hear Jada. Like, it's crazy.
And I think that's what that's what settles the difference, you know. Like I said, everybody got their own lane, but sometimes it's hard to find your lane, because sometimes you really might have to follow up on something somebody else is doing, and then when you get to the top, you're like, I'm gonna show you how to do this.
Yeah.
Like Eminem. Like Eminem came out a battle rapper. Eminem had to prove he could rap, like everybody else, like the good ones. And then when he proved he could rap, Eminem came with his gimmicks and all of that.
And all that extra shit,
and took the game to a whole nother level. So, I mean, they all play a big part in my life. I grew up listening to all of them, you know. But like I said, Esco was, like, my favorite Nas album is probably Stillmatic. Illmatic get the most recognition, but I think Stillmatic is his best album. Like, what he was doing on that album was incredible. That was like, what, 2001, 2002? You know, so I'll probably say Nas. I love Nas. I love all of them, though. But I'll probably say Nas, though. I'll probably say Nas. So
we ready for that music break?
Oh yeah, I think I'm about to hit you with some heat you probably haven't even listened to in a while. Well, we gonna.
Oh shit.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
yo, that's crazy.
You ever been in love? I remember. I was young, man. Oh man, yo. Let me tell you, when I first found love, I was excited, ignited. The feeling when shorty told me she liked it. The thought of us going out and being a pair, squeeze your hand out in public while we mutually stared at different pains we could share with bad attitudes. But waking up together and seeing what we've been through. At 13, I wasn't even thinking like this. Grace your cheek with a kiss and putting charms on your wrist. I reminisce. One day in the summer, the year was 2007, and
I was on the come. Oh.
I was on a come up, walked in the park, shorty peeped my swag. Never forget what I wore and the kicks that I had. I think in her mind, I was an angel from above, but deep down in my heart, I was scared to be in love. I fronted, I thought I had some shame in my game, but we stayed in contact and shorty swung me her aim. But when the time coming round, I'm talking to a cousin. With around town, she was kissing Lil Justin. Deep down in my soul, I thought it was disgusting. Come to find out, man, love was the substance. I really started thinking, shorty could have been mine. So while I got the chance, I'ma get her back on his time. Long story short, I was wasting my breath. Kept it moving and I just held the pain in myself. Springtime starts to roll around and we were still cool. And out the blue, shorty said that you a good dude. It's like made your weight like deja vu. She said she like me again, I said I like you too. We was like low love birds trapping in the zone. Same day, I seen her at the Humphrey Street home. Next day, I woke up and love was stuck with me. Smile from ear to ear, looked like $150. Little while later, shorty hit my line. She said, baby, we gotta talk, you think you got a little time? Baby, what's going on? Is everything good? She said, what I told you was misunderstood. I think you a nice boy and you a great guy. And right there, I started feeling fire in my eyes. Truth was, love was something that we never had. She only gave me a chance because she felt bad. When I heard that, I started digging my grave. Feel like I died from heartache, man, after one day. This the main reason why I never wanted a girl. Cause the pain would be equivalent to weighing the world. The next boy she dated, kinda outrageous. Deep down in her soul, she started feeling vacant. They broke up, now she felt the way that I did. Couldn't stand the pain or all of that rain that I did, man. Yeah, that's it. Listen, if you ever find that one in your life,
got bars.
keep it. Trust me.
His heart hurts.
No. I did this for all my fallen brothers and all my sisters who never made it to see each other. New generation of lost children to teach each other. Learn to be America's idol like Ruben studded. You got babies making babies, man, they see each other. Young fathers not ready, they never seen each other. Young mothers not ready, but they'll go breed another. I'm the voice of the young people beneath the clutter. Man, I kinda just started rhyming, but this my calling. I'm like Houston and Harden, you could tell that I'm ballin'. If I end up in the bottom half, you know I'm sorry. I stand alone like a red rose up in the garden, thinking of different things in my life just to make it better. My mother's mother gave me blessings, man, I never met her. My man Q could finally move down to some Texas weather. He had to pull it together, had to do a semester. Had to do a semester. What else? And that go for Rob, he already know his job. Almost got it shaking one time, he was glowing hard. But if brothers never fight, then what's the point of friends? I mean, we always acting cordial till our purpose ends. My man Chris just had a son I seen a couple times. Baby Trav gon' grow up to be the biggest Don. And I don't wanna seem fake, but this is stuff that I hate. We've been cool since I was 8. I don't ever want me and Chris to become enemies. If loyalty debatable, then put an end to me. And I'ma do me, survive by any means. If we ever needed to talk, then we were dead to beef. I got bigger fish to fry instead of you and I. And if you would ever die, you know I'm shooting mine. I mean, who would ever cry if they get crucified? You see that light up at Heaven's Gate, it was Duty's time. It was Duty's time. What else? It's a chance to make amends, don't let the story end. A new life will begin, and that's the glory, man. Eminem made Stan while Diddy made the band. I'm just trying to build my legacy, the perfect trend. Trying to give my parents everything, you know they win. Growing up wasn't perfect, you know what story sin. Don't ever give that bread up, cause it get moldy then. Wanna give my dad a condo with a chopper. New Range Rover and a Lamb with a Mazda. 5-star meals every week with some lobster. Brand new yacht with a Jeep and some sponsors. Wanna give my
back.
We back.
We back. So, you know, I gotta say something. You know, listening to your music, like for one, I gotta appreciate that you got enough music that we can do a whole 2-hour show and just play your stuff. Like,
Just run it.
just run it. Like we can sit there, and even if it's old stuff and all that, all of it is fire. Like I haven't heard that yet. That I was like, nah, that ain't it.
I told you every bar counts.
Right.
Every line counts.
And then, you know, you said it earlier, like you talk about what's true to your life. So anybody that knows you, that's been around you, like they listen to your joint, they can sit there and laugh and have a moment. Because I think that's what it's about when you sit there and you put something together, and like you said earlier, music is therapeutic. Like you sit there and you take this shit back to a moment. Like you talking about the girl that was like, yo, she felt bad for you because
Yo, no funny that like all my life that really happened. Yo, funny the summer before she liked me, I was too like at that point I was too shy to talk to her girls. No lie, I was. She had got a boyfriend that winter. I got tight, wanted to talk to her. We had a little thing. Next summer came around. She said, "Yo, I wanna fuck with you again." I'm like, cool. Went out for a date. Next day she broke with me. Told me she felt bad because she did that. I was like, yo. So I was like, fuck.
disrespectful.
Yeah, man. Like it should be real though. Like yo, this stuff. I'm telling you, this stuff I rap about. Like yo, he one of my best friends in the world. Like he could tell you, he be around. You feel me? I'm sure this stuff I said that Jason been around, my man Jay Troy's been around. Stuff my man Jay
He's a
Troy.
celebrity now.
I know.
Nah, I'm good. I'm the same. Listen, I'm the same person. I tell everybody
You
that.
probably
You
say
call-
Kenny right now. Bob.
Yeah,
you call me,
probably.
you call me Jason, J. Troy,
My man Jay
whatever.
Troy. I'll probably say something though that he was there for, and like that's what. See, I hate having to have validation though sometimes, because sometimes you might say something, people like, I ain't having. No, like I ain't gonna lie to you.
There's no point though.
Like I ain't gonna lie, like I could find the files. There's people that are vouch for me. You know, at the end of the day, though, if I know it's true to me, I'm gonna talk about it. You know, like I don't talk about me busting a gun or shooting a gun or me selling crack or nothing, but I seen it, so I talk about it the way I seen it though. Like, I ain't, you know, so you gotta. I don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, like it's gonna be real when it comes from me. It's gonna be how I viewed it, how I seen it. Like I done seen a lot of things I should have never seen at certain ages. You know, that's just life though. Like I'm sure we all grew up in the hood. That's just how it is. You walk outside, you see a dope fiend, you might see somebody get shot, somebody might get stabbed. On this day, like you might see
Dead bodies, all
you might
types
see
of crazy
needles
shit.
on the ground. Like you might see all of that. Yeah, it happens. I done walked to school with 5th, 6th grade, see needles on the ground. I'd have been in a laundromat, seen a dope fiend in there snorting like coke and all that. I've seen that. I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of life. So you just gotta embrace it. And if you got a talent to express it, like if you got art or you know how to write poetry or write a book or write a story or rap, talk about it. You know, people want to hear that. Like I could read it and be like, I relate to that. I'm poetry now. So it's all part of the game. You know.
And what I like is that when you go from beginning to end, from everything that we heard, there isn't nothing gimmicky about it. So it's not like you just saying something over and over and over again. There was a song I heard on the radio. I don't even know what the hell it was, and it was like every verse was basically a repeat of the verse before through the whole song, in between the hook. And I'm like, he's really saying the same thing over and over and over for the next 3 minutes, and then just got a hook in between. I was like, what the hell was that?
But I just feel like that's what you need in today's day.
Today,
All you
well,
need is the hook.
that's because of the
To
attention
sell,
span.
To sell, yeah. Like, yo, it sucks because, like I said, I like keeping stuff so hip hop sometimes. People don't want to hear that, but that's just how I feel about this art. Like, this is an art form. Hip hop is the culture. Rap is part of the umbrella, but I respect the whole culture as a whole. Like, I love it. So I'm gonna keep it therapeutic how I can. I'm gonna keep it real how I can. Do people want to hear what I gotta say all the time? No. People want to hear that up tempo Pop Smoke all the time, or Fabio.
Word to the pod.
Or Fabio.
That's what that shit sound like to me.
Yeah. Like yo, no lie, like Fabio. We got Fabio Foreign. Fabio Foreign got
that big drip shit come on.
Nah,
Yo, I'm bouncing.
like it hit. It hit. Like,
I'm like,
and this is what's crazy because people ask me like, yo, would you like, do you fuck with like the party kind of hype music? And I'm like, to an extent, I'm gonna say yes because if I'm in a spot or I'm in a club or lounge or something and that shit come on, I'm going crazy. Like music like that make you feel good. It's like, yeah, let's rock out, bro. It's like, you know, but when it comes to like sitting down and writing something meaningful, none of that shit applies to me at all. I'm cutting that shit
doesn't.
off.
But I think I got a challenge for you, bro. I really got a challenge for you. And you sitting here today on the spot, and I'm gonna keep it on it with you, and because I got my man Jay Troy to the right of me, and you to the left of me. I want to hear some real upbeat party shit from you. Like I know you can, and that's why when you do the shit, I want you to send it here so we can debut that shit and have that shit. Yo, I'm dead serious. No lie. I'm dead serious.
I talked to you about that before though.
No lie. Like, yo, we gonna see we gonna be here like, yo, Wilder looking crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, right? Because there's times like I be by my dolly, like I be by myself, and like I be in the crib, or I be chilling by myself, and I put on them kind of instrumentals, and I just sit there and just play with words, and be like, and I'm like, shit, easy as fuck. It is easy, like it is, because a lot of times they don't say nothing.
No,
they don't.
They say ABC words. They don't say words that really like. They'll say like because you have a word, like you have words, but then you have like words come in levels. If you ask me, like, you got level 1, level 2, level 3. Like you could be like, I'm jealous of somebody. Like when I'm in like 2nd and 3rd grade, you hear the word jealous, you know what jealous means. Then you get to 4th, 5th grade, and you look in your vocabulary book, and you see the word envy. What does this mean? To be jealous. And you're like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? So like, there's a difference. But like, a lot of people might not know the word envy. So it's like, you say envy on a song, like lyrically, somebody gonna be like, yo, this nigga's nice. Like, yo, I never heard this word before. Like, so you start, real talk, that's kind of how it go, like, for real. Like, so, I mean, but, like, I play around with him sometimes, though, just to see if I could do it. And I could do it. I just really got to put my mind to it and really be like, I'm going to do this today. But at the end of the day, I just like hearing the hard, like, the boom bap, real soulful, gritty, like, beats. That's me. I like the soulful mixed with, like, gritty kind of stuff. And, like, when I hear it, that's what I tap into. But what they do, man, like, I mean, like I said, it's dope. I don't take nothing away from them. They getting money. They doing what they got to do. They put on from New York. At the end of the day, we all from here. You put on from New York. If I go somewhere, they be like, you from New York? Yeah. Yo, you know Pop Smoking on blah, blah. Super. Like, that's where I'm from. So I love it. You know, am I ever going to do that? Not really. But it probably might come a time where I might have to. And watch me put that song out, and that song going to go bigger than anything I ever did before. Because it just get people in the car. Like, oh, that's what we want to hear.
But how would that make you feel though? Because you put in all your hard work, your bars, that time and all that, and then where you sitting there and you playing around. Well, I wouldn't call it playing around, but it's like it takes less effort for you to do something. It pops more than the shit that you put a lot of effort into.
No lie, it would, me being me, in the moment, like if I'm in the club or something, and I do one of them up-tempo kind of joints, and it come on, and I look at the masses that's in there, and they rocking, I'll be like, yo, this is really my, like, this is my shit right now. But at the end of the day, I might go back later and be like, listen to everything. I'm like, damn, niggas don't like everything else I did. Not saying they might not like it, because there's probably people out there that really like, I'm sure there's people out there that like what I put out. I'm sure there's somebody out there that probably listening to everything or can't get over you or some other shit right now. But when you do one of them joints, like, it just go for a while. So when I do the real rap shit, like, me being me, because that's what I'm gonna pick first. It probably might make me feel a type of way. But sometimes, I mean, and it sucks. Sometimes you kind of gotta go with the flow though. Yeah. You know, because in this day and age, like I said, people really don't care about their ancestors or who really created this whole art form. People just want to come in the game and get that bread and get money, get the fame, and get out of here. Like, I mean, do I care about the bread and all that? That might come with it. Financially, if I could get my parents out the hood, get my pops out of Mount Vernon, and get my mother out of Queens, and my little sisters out of here, and all that, I'm going. Like, I'm getting that bread. You feel really say too much. I love rap. I love hip hop because hip hop is what started this.
Right.
Break beats and break dances and DJs and graffiti art and rap. Rap is under that.
Like you like the culture and
Yeah,
not
I
just
love
the
the
category.
culture, man. Like
It's not the category, it's the culture.
I love the culture, so I try to stay true to what I know it's about. So like I said, when I hear certain beats and stuff, I try to stay true to them, but I also try to think in modern day terms about how them beats is kind of made. Because like I listen to a lot of beats now, and I try to go for a sound, like I said, that's real soulful, but it's real gritty. Like like it's like some. I'm trying to go for like some like Quiet Storm or something like that mixed to it when Nas did Rule with A. Marie. Put both of those together. I need that. Like that's me. That's soulful but real like gritty. You know, I need that. So, but like I said, I mean, if it get to a point, if I'm in the studio one day, like God willing, and like I run into a Pop Smoke or a Fabio or No Lie, if I get in the studio with like a Bobby Shmurda when Bobby get out, it's going up. If Bobby get out and I'm in the studio with Bobby and Bobby throwing something and it's one of them joints, I gotta do it.
You recording with
You gotta
6ix9ine?
Nah,
He like, nah.
I can't do it.
Yo, you sure?
I'll put down my leg.
Yo, no, I'm just asking because, yo, no lie, like, I'm up early in the morning. I don't know what happens during the day when everybody else is up, but they be playing 6ix9ine early in the fucking morning. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, like, that nigga's still in rotation.
I know he is.
With all the bullshit, and it's on 105.1 and Hot 97 that he's in rotation, and I don't get it. Like, for me,
That song Swerving kept his voice alive.
yeah, and that's actually the one they be
Swerving.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah, that song kept him
Yeah.
alive.
But
I was,
honestly, it's a few joints he got. I think they took off like Apple Music and stuff. There's certain songs he don't got up no more. I think, but Swerving is definitely up there.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's actually a good song, but like that song like kept
see,
his voice
you know the
up.
thing. But the reason why I say no, 'cause at the end of the day, see, people might dig too deep into this. Like, I ain't even gonna say more so of like the street code of snitching and all that. That might play a role, but at the end of the day, what 6ix9ine did is dangerous to anybody else's well-being. You understand? Like, you messing with like one of the most notorious gangs in the world. Like, so imagine how I am if I do a song with 6ix9ine, right? And I might just roll through my hood, like where I'm from, and somebody that's banging the same set that he's part of or banging that, like, might pull up on me like, yo, you associate with this, da da da, or somebody from another set like, yo, we can't condone in this, bro. Like, we can't rock with you. That's gonna put me in a bad, like, or that might make my life a living hell. So it's a lot that come with, at this point, like what he did and how he did it and just the way it went. It's a lot that come with that. So I mean, I like, if would I do a song? No. When Bobby and Rowdy get out, would I do a song with them? Hell yeah. Love Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel. Like Rowdy Rebel, I love them. So like I can't do that with 6ix9ine, man. Like I ain't gonna hold you, like I don't got no hate in my heart. I wish him the best. Like I hope he get his shit together, just for the better, not even for music, just his life and making sure he's well off and his girl and his daughter, cause people is gonna gun for him.
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
Definitely.
People are gonna try to kill that man.
Definitely.
I know it. So I mean, like, I pray for him on that level, but when you dealing with gangs, like real gangs, like and being in the streets, like the streets is not like, it's nothing fake.
It should play for keeps. I always
Yeah.
tell people, the streets play for
Like,
keeps.
no funny, like people act, it's crazy. People ask me before, like, I live in East Elmhurst, like Queens. I used to live in Corona, East Elmhurst. I rep both. Like, people like, yo, is your hood like really, really? I had people ask me, is your hood really, really tough? I said, we not like the toughest hood in the world, but I said, you're gonna see what you see everywhere. You're gonna see, you might see somebody get a gun pulled on them that day. You might see a man get locked up that day. You're gonna see somebody sell some drugs, sell some this and that. You're gonna see all of it. So I mean, like, that's just what come with it. But you know, you just gotta be strong and get through it. You know. So like I said, what he was doing and how his trial went and all that, I paid attention. I think we all did to how his trial and all that was going.
And I think that with that whole trial thing, I think, you know, the way it's always been, when there's a lot of people that have been certified as snitches.
Yeah.
But when it came to him, it was like I don't even know how the fuck we got the audio of him snitching that way. Like that was on some whole next level.
People was fighting that cold.
They sitting there, they setting up mics under the table, like wow, like it was just crazy.
It's probably somebody that was just there just to be there.
Right, and it was like just all the audio type stuff that it came out the way it came out. Usually, when people snitch, you see the shit on paperwork with the transcription of
I
the
seen all of it.
stenographer.
I seen the footage when his cousin got snatched up in the Uber, I think, or something, and they pulled 6ix9ine. I seen everything when his cousin called the cops, like, yo, 6ix9ine just got kidnapped. I seen everything. I was watching. I was paying attention too. I think, like I said, everybody was. Cause at the time it was the talk of the town.
Right.
So, but like I said, it's hard to really condone. See, it's a back and forth thing, man. Because at the end of the day, I know there's certain people that go through something, and if shit hit the fan, they gonna call the cops. That's what the cops are there. At the end of the day, that's what the cops are there for, though.
Right. Yeah. If you think about it, like when shit go wrong, you call the cops. Like I know.
It's been historically, it's been rough times with the police. That's how it is. It has been. But at the end of the day, when you're dealing with something, sometimes your best option call the police. You might have to, you know. And when you but like I said, how the streets go. If you really like that, the cops is something you avoid.
Yeah. Like you don't call the cops for nothing. Like if I call the cops, I'm basically snitching on myself if I call the cops.
You avoid that. So I mean, like I said, when you get wrapped up in that, you gotta deal with that. Like that's just how it goes. You gotta, if it hit the fan and you in this, you gotta eat that and deal with that because you made that decision to bang and you want to sell drugs and do. You gotta deal with that. So I mean, when it was all said and done and he got locked up and all that, I guess for him that was just the best decision at the time. So you know.
Well, what he was facing, 70-some years? Or whatever the fuck it was, 70-some years in jail.
Yo, but in the same token,
He's only getting 2.
Yeah, and he's gonna be out by like July or something like that. With the probation.
Yeah, some shit
When
like that.
Bobby Shmurda and all them got locked up, they whole GS9 crew and they got locked up that day. Bobby and Rowdy and them got homies facing 100 years in jail. They got homies facing 100 years. Bobby had, how many years Bobby had? 7. He had 7 originally.
Originally at 5 or less.
I think Bobby had more. No, Rowdy had more.
It was like 12 or
Rowdy Rebel had more years than Bobby
12,
Shmurda.
yeah.
They told Bobby, they say, yo, if you take 7 years, we give Rowdy 7 years. Bobby said, cool, I take 7. That's real.
That's G shit.
That's
where when you play a certain way.
They know the vibes too. They like, yo, we play in the streets. This is how we gotta play the field.
And that's it. So I never condone what 6ix9ine did. Like 6ix9ine was snitching on. He was telling the secret source to
Snitch on everybody.
Yo, he was talking about the secret sauce and the Popeyes chicken sandwich,
Oh,
all that
he
shit.
said that? Wait, I need to know what that
Yo.
sauce is.
Yeah. Yo, Jay Troy, no Wildcat Jay Troy. He know what that sauce is. He got the plug.
You know about listening.
They sent him an email directly for that shit. Yo, when the chicken sandwich was coming back out, he already knew. I'm telling you. Yeah, he did. I'm telling you.
I didn't know when it was about to come back out.
Yeah, see, before, like, nigga
I knew about like
he got a Jay Troy app.
Yeah,
I'm telling
I knew
you.
a month or
It's
some
not
change
Jay
before
Troy
it
app.
come
I
back.
need that app. I need that.
Yeah, I knew about like a month or some change before that sandwich actually came back out.
See, so you know, it's crazy because I just know that the reason why 6ix9ine got the deal that he got, that $10 million deal, is because if you look at the history of hip hop, right, an artist that makes money, they make the most money when they're dead.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they already know
Triple X, Juice WRLD.
all of them. They make all their money after they gone.
Numbers skyrocketed.
Everything, yo, as soon as it comes out, yo, such and such artist, such and such rapper, Ashanti, she died in a plane crash. She made more money after she was gone. The label made money. She didn't make money.
Well, at that time, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I was going with it.
Right. So they making money. So whatever that deal he got where he getting that $10 million up front, he gonna need that $10 million for security. he gonna have to walk around like he the fucking president of the United States. He gonna need Secret Service for the Secret Service because it's gonna get real.
Like this is a game of cards.
It's gonna get real.
Sure, like I said, regardless, because
But the labels are gonna make $100 million off of Tekashi after he get murked. I tell you, because that's what they waiting for.
it's gonna go up.
I give you 10. We gonna sit there, yo. We telling that motherfucker, yo. When you come out, we got 10 million for you. But while you in there, you need to be making music. So you gonna come out that first week that you out. But we putting you in a safe house with a studio, and it's like Fort Knox. We gonna record, we gonna record all this shit. Yo, Fort Knox, we gonna record all this shit, and then we gonna let you go walk around in public. When you get killed, we got all this unreleased shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, though. That's how it sucks. That's how it is. Like you die
It
off,
is.
your streams, your numbers is going through the
Skyrocket.
Like no funny.
Skyrocket,
I think
bro.
right now they're trying to settle a dispute to try to get all of Aaliyah music on like Apple Music and all that. If Aaliyah get her music put on that, her numbers is gonna go crazy too.
Right. Like
And
when Biggie died.
Nipsey Hussle too.
Nipsey Hussle, his music. Like, no lie. I've heard Nipsey Hussle's songs, but I didn't know who Nipsey was till
Yeah.
after he got killed.
That was the
I
same
knew
with me.
Nip, like yo, I ain't.
That was the same with
see
me.
This thing, I'm not gonna ever sit here though and sugarcoat and say I was a Nipsey fan. I like Nipsey music. I wasn't like a fanatic about him, but Nipsey was dope.
No, he was
You
fire.
feel me? So, like, it sucks though. Like, sometimes you really gotta die off for people to be like, yo, you meant something to the world. That's like, but that's just how it is.
That's when you become a martyr. Like, it's like they put you on this pedestal now.
That's
Like,
but no funny. That's not even just celebrities. Though. That's just normal life. Like, you have people in the hood, like, that's probably really making a difference right now, and people really wouldn't pay attention until you're gone. And when you're gone, they like, yo, you was really doing this for the town. Like, you did this, you did that. Man, it sucks, but you know, unfortunately, that's just how the game is going. Like,
so how you think your music would change hip hop if you wasn't here?
You know, funny. I thought about this. Like, I think about this sometimes. Like, if I died, God forbid, but like, if I died today, somehow, some way, I think my music is gonna reach an audience that I never been able to reach. Cause somebody like, it always sucks when you hear about young people dying, especially when they got talent. No matter if you play ball, whatever. If I died today, I feel like the music I got is gonna go somewhere else. Like, it's gonna go to a different level, a different space, and it's gonna be like, damn, why we ain't listening to him when he was alive? Like, why we didn't know about him? That's what's gonna happen. So I mean, what can I do about that though? There's nothing I can do but keep trying to get to that point before I break or before I'm no longer a part of this universe. So like I said, it sucks though. It do. Like I said, Juice WRLD died, right? Juice WRLD died. I'm on Twitter today. Yo, son, he was so nice. People were putting out songs and shit about him. Yo, he was probably the next greatest thing. He was the next GOAT. Blah blah blah. That's just how it goes for everybody.
They say that about
dies.
X.
They said about X. They said it about No Disrespect. They said about Nip. Bros, anybody that's passed away, they probably said it about Chinks when
They
Chinks died.
they said X was the next Tupac.
They said it about Mac Miller when Mac Miller died. They all was goats. That's just how it goes. People really acknowledge you when you're not here,
But like,
and it sucks. Like if I died today and niggas really hear my music, I mean it would suck, but people gonna feel it then, and that's like, what can I do but sit from above and just watch how hell break loose?
Yes.
You know?
That's crazy. And I think one of the craziest most songs, and this goes back to LL and Queens, was Pink Cookies in a Plastic Bag getting crushed by a building. How do any of y'all remember that song? Nah, I'm really showing my age.
See,
Yo,
Nah.
shoot, I can't help
Pink,
you on that
Pink
one.
Cookies in a Plastic Bag getting crushed by a building. That was a song talking about him busting some cheeks.
That's the whole title?
Pink Cookies in a
Pink
Plastic
cookies in a
Bag.
Plastic bag crushed by a building.
No, not the crushed by, but
Oh,
that's
no,
the
but it's-
no, but that's the hook.
Once he
But
said
it's
crushed
Pink
by a building,
Cookies.
I kinda
That's the name
got
of the
it.
song?
It's Pink Cookies.
Pink
Pink
Cookies.
Cookies.
Some
Yo, so pink cookies,
Some yeast.
pink cookies in a plastic bag, so nigga threw the joint on. Yo, that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. Yo, LL fucking took that joint to a whole nother level. Like, there's so much music out there, and God bless him for still being around, because LL transitioned from his early days to who he is today, and he impacted a lot, and he made it cool to make love songs. So, we got baby LL in the building. Licking the lips and all that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, love music.
You're not lying,
Yo, baby LL.
I tell you, you're not lying.
I'm just telling you, but it's a wonderful thing. And Jay Troy got something he want to play for us.
Yeah,
But
we got one of Kenny's new tracks, and he also, when we come back from this, he gonna spit us a freestyle.
What joint you about to play?
Why don't you request it, sir?
No, the one you
Oh
want to
no.
play.
Yeah, I got Come On Down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't a love joint though. This is real.
Oh, this is real. This.
Watch this.
Oh, he got balls. Yo, let me get the.
This one special.
Let me get that over there. Thank you, Bachi.
That's the gun.
I don't know if they ready for it.
Look, 2 months gone, it feel like I was in jail. Every other week I pray my mama sending mail. Letters from that lady, swear to God that she my baby. Pops would send her too, I swear my life would drive me crazy. Nobody knew my personal, I swear I was stuck. Every night, man, it just felt like a rush was going on. Waiting on like 20 jobs, calling up my phone. I was down and out, every day I'm thinking long. Every night laying prone, bugging all alone. But I was always in that zone, hoping for the throne. I swear this shit is like a bad case. Just know that sun is gonna shine up on a bad day. You know time wait for no man. I was thinking my own plan. Gotta go and get it, this'll put me in position. Take it all in stride, this is something I can't hide. Counting down the days, seeing millions with my eyes. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. I be caught off guard like a deer in the headlights. Still trying to learn the ways, trying to get my bread right. Wanna cash out on the whip that look dead nice. Inside black Mike, outside dead Mike. You can see I'm trying to better my life. Pinstripes, Yankee cap on, living it right. I resemble the city, I'm bright, lit up the night. 40 Deuce, 34th Street, killing it twice. Hooray, hit 'em with rice. Celebration, learn the ways from the best. This is meditation. I was made for the quest. Different things I done make me everything a man. Different things I seen make me everything I am. Not a rap don't work, then it's back to the block. Trying to figure how to package a rock. Kinda nigga, never wanna be a gangster, just a father figure. Trying to shed some light so I can share my knowledge with ya. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. How to wanna be a rap don't work, then it's back to the block. Trying to figure how to package a rock, kinda nigga. That's it.
Yo, we back in this bitch. Do you know what that means?
What that mean?
Somebody about to spit some bars.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, boy.
I need y'all to turn me up though. I need that beat to go like all
Oh, he did it all the way up. All the way up. Yo, we about to do this. Yo, Jay Troy, yo, the assistant engineer in this bitch. You already know this is WEMS Radio. This is the spot where we keep it 100. The talking here.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm not even messing around. I'll make sure the levels is good on this.
Yo, I'm telling you, and here is like the spot is like the barbershop. Like when you chilling in the barbershop and y'all popping shit, y'all talking about real music, like y'all having those real conversations, like where the shit get turned up and motherfuckers want to go outside and fight after. like everybody know about those conversations. Like if every man been to a barbershop, Jay Troy just went. It's been a minute for him, but it was a hot minute for him. But he was just there, like conversations in the barbershop, in the basement, when you pull up at your man's house, or you on the corner standing by the mailbox, by the payphone. Yeah. If you from the hood, you know about those things. So that's what it is here. And the people that come here, you only worthy to come here if you got bars, if you are an artist. Like for real, like no bullshit. Like this is one thing about the spot is that's what we always stuck true to. And if you ever listen to previous episodes of the spot, we bring spitters on, and that's it. Yeah. Like that's it. And if you don't spit, we got other shows for you to go on. It just ain't this one. That's just what it is. Yeah, so you know, Jay Troy didn't disappoint me, and I don't think he ever will. I don't think he ever will, and he spoke very highly of you. You coming up here, and like I'm just looking at the catalog that you got on SoundCloud. So it's like I want to hear more, but I want to make sure that you hit me with that challenge, bro. Like I need that.
We gonna rap. We gonna hit.
No, not today.
Oh, no. That one,
that other one.
I'm gonna come through with something. I'm gonna come through with something one day. Why?
Yeah, just
I
someday.
don't know when I'm gonna do it, but one day.
But one day you just gonna
I'm
drop
gonna
it.
pop up and I'll be like, yo, this is what I got for you.
Oh, all right, cool. I'm with it.
Yeah,
Yo, Jay, what we got over there, bro?
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright.
Man, we about to get into it, right? Like,
Just leave his mic on.
Yeah, gotcha. Ready? Good?
yeah, play that shit. Let's get it. Start over. I need that like all the way.
Once you see them throw down, all through the blocks, causing trouble, bring the show round. Sirens going off, we getting low now. Through the hard times, send a saint to come and see me. I'm still trying to see Santorini, and baby, I'm a genius. I don't ask for much, so send a genie. Cause in the end, I'ma keep on build like a TV. Try to stay afloat like Aladdin. Please let Aladdin. See, sky's the limit, got a ladder. Closed caption, but in the closed casket. Either getting baskets and carrying the ratchet. Things wasn't easy. I found inspiration, see my brother on the TV. It really made me greedy. Still can't complain, I know life was a mess. See my family struggled, so I was spoiled and I was blessed. And OGs spoke to me, I learned from the teachers. I scream jockeys, cause we gon' mess up the features. Hold on. Look, I thank the Lord that I made it out. A couple people in the hood, they tried to take me out. It's just a dream, but I still wonder do they hate me now. I gotta get it, know that love is kinda fake, and now I'm banking on they flaking. Really wonder do the people really miss me. Cause when I left the hood, relationships was kinda iffy. The people that was close to me was better when against me. I'm thinking you could trick me, I start to move like 50. I stand tall like a G.I. Joe, and I've been good up in the hood since the CYO. You know I never sell my soul to the devil, just to rock some gold in the bezel, just to show the glow something special. See my focus is the youth and all their movements. Need a role model just to tell them they could do it. Coming home from practice just to hear something shooting. The streets is polluted, so while we going through it, we gotta bless our kids with this knowledge. Gotta send our kids off to college, cause if they in the hood, know they riding. Hard to tell, maybe moving water like Poseidon. Couple homies special, so I keep them right beside me. Too many kids striving my shadow. Always thank the Lord I could've died in El Paso. God watching over me, praying to some rosaries. Know my family close to me, I can't let them go for free. You make a name in your honor. You gotta run the game in your honor. You gotta make a change in your honor. Things won't be the same, that's a promise. And be different, people thought future was designer. I had to make it out, you know the boy is too cool. I'm shaky in the basement or renting in the blue room. Going through some trauma, that's word to my mama. That's why I never fake it, I'm headed to some greatness. Yeah. Look, swear I never needed support. Wherever I land, fuck it, that's gonna be the resort. As I resort to better living, making of course. You see this course is filled with corpse and people that couldn't deport. Let me really know who the greatest ever. I count it back as being the greatest in my era. And my new era, I'm fitted perfect, do I deserve it? And I'm just feeling like Serena serving. You see the laws of attraction. Brought my voice together with music and made it happen. So, oh man, that's it, man.
Yeah. We do shit different here, y'all. You already know who it is. It's your boy Prophet Pete, and this is the spot with DJ Wildcat. Well, DJ Wildcat. Assistant engineer Wildcat J. Troy. And we got my man in front of the gold mic. And there's a reason why we got gold mics in this motherfucking building. Because you can't come in here and spend some silver shit on some gold mics. I'm sorry. Like, so, hey, there's a certain standard. And on Thursday, I think that, not that you had to come in here and prove yourself, but you have come in here and solidified your position.
I appreciate that 1,000, man. Like, for real. I appreciate y'all having me up here. All I mean is love. You know, like I said, we all got the same love for the same art form. So just y'all bring me up here and, you feel me, having faith in me and what I do, I take that, like, to the heart. You know, I'm going to carry that when the rest of my life. So I appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, man, we here. We in here. Yo, that's why J. Troy
Listen, man.
is sitting alongside me today. Like, this is legit, no lie. His pre-debut to his debut. to being on air, like sitting in front of these mics. He's here every week, and he's been here for a minute. Like, it's been since June. So, at least 6 months. And this is the first time that you've been here that he's sitting on these mics on air tonight.
Yeah. The crazy thing is I did all that stuff at school. Countless radio shows. Yeah, the majority of the time, well, all the time when I'm here, this is my section. This is my spot. So this is a nice pre-debut.
Pre-debut, so this is Wildcat J. Troy made sure he came out just just to make sure that he showed you love tonight.
No, that's my dog, man. I appreciate you, bro, for real, man.
Of course,
For
man.
everything I love.
Yeah,
I appreciate you having me too, bro. Like, you know, stuff like this mean a lot, you know? Like,
Yeah.
people want to do flex, they want to do Power 105.1. We here, though. We in Brooklyn.
Yo, we in Brooklyn, you heard?
It's different. We
Yeah,
not the city.
we do stuff. We do stuff different here, and you know, a lot of artists and stuff. They feel so much free here. There's been people that was here that had interviews with those bigger stations, and then like when they come here, it's just like, oh man, it's such a great feeling because they feel so much looser and at home here.
It's therapeutic, man.
Yeah.
It's for the soul. Like, you need this. You go up there, they want to hear. They question you, ask you stuff. You don't even need to be answering.
Right.
You know, y'all come here, we talk. We just have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you.
And like I said, it's like being in the barbershop. You pull up, yo, some of the best days is when you go to the barbershop. You come home, you're looking at your shorty different. Like, yo, niggas was talking about the way shorties do things. Because my man that was getting the cut in the chair next to me was like, yo, his shorty does the same shit you do. But he just found out she's sleeping with all these extra niggas. Like, hey, but that's the way it works. When you talk about music and stuff like that too, like you get real honest opinions. Like it's not. I got nothing to win if I say you hot or you not. So why not me tell you how I feel when I hear your joint?
You know, it'd be crazy though. Like when I rap and I spit, like I be wanting criticism. I be wanting people to tell me like what's up, because when you have a million yes men in your corner, I ain't doing nothing for you. Having yes men that's gonna tell you this and that all the time, what is that gonna do? That's just gonna make you feel like you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
You gotta do something wrong.
Yeah.
You have to. Like I have songs I go back, I listen to, I'm like, I could have did this better. I don't like this really here. This ball could have been better. Like you gotta be able to improve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have a 99 rating in 2K all the time. You gotta figure out how to get there though.
You gonna have that off day.
You might be 89 one day, 92 the next day, then you might drop down to 85 and figure out why that happened. Bump back up, you know, like you gotta play the game.
Yeah, that's something I can definitely relate to.
Yeah, bro.
That's something I could definitely relate
Real
to.
talk though, man. Like it's all about improving and bettering yourself. Like I said, when it comes to me doing music, I do like the main reason why I do it for me, cause it helps me. Like I'll go record something. I'll go record something tomorrow, and I listen to the same song all day, and by the end of the day, I feel better spiritually, physically, and mentally because I'm like, yo, this touched me how I needed it to. And then after that, I'll worry about how it might feel to the masses. But as long as I feel confident and good about what I'm doing and spitting it in and getting my emotions across and expressing myself, that's what I need to do. That's the main reason why I do it, to express myself and get my emotions out that I can't really talk too much about. You know, I don't like talking all the time, but I rap about it. So people probably listen to music better than they have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's why I do that. So.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Go ahead, my brother. Anything you gotta say?
Well, before we go out, you know, we touched base on the music and everything. So, like, how is that army life though?
It's different.
He's a killer.
Nah, all jokes aside, man, like it's a different realm, it's a different world. Just like I said, if you do anything is different. You gotta learn to adapt. Like I mean, it's all part of it's under the umbrella of life though. It's all life. I'm still living, I'm still here, I'm still breathing. You just gotta figure out how to be better and do what you gotta do with your job. I mean, I'm across the country though. I'm in Texas, you know, so I'm not home as often as I wanna be. So when it comes to my craft and my music and stuff, I can't really put on how I want because I'm busy out there doing what I gotta do. Make sure the rest of everybody else is good. Like, and sometimes I forget what I'm doing it for, you know. But I mean, you gotta make sacrifices sometimes to do what you gotta do. But I mean, it's not terrible at all though. It's great benefits to it, you know. Like, and at the end of the day, I'm doing something that's like, in the long run, is gonna benefit me 10 times.
Yep.
Like I'm out there, like really, like trying to improve my life. Like my life was never terrible, I don't think. Like I went through shit, but I'm trying to be here though.
Yeah.
Like I'm here, I'm trying to, you know. So I mean, it's not for everybody, but for the people it's for. You gotta make the best of it and come out on top, and that's what I'm doing right now, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And you also got your masters.
Yeah, bro. Like yo, I got a lot of notches under my belt, and I'm not even trying to sit here and sound cocky, but like I go to work, like I put on for real, 4-year bachelor's degree. I didn't do that just because. I earned my master's degree. Like I got that for free. Like I didn't do that or I didn't get that just because. Like there's reasons to why I'm really. You know what I'm saying? I didn't join the army just because. Like I mean, all of that, all them notches under my belt. When it's all said and done, my name, my jersey gonna be up there. The rest of them, the goats. I'm ready to go. But when it's all said and done, I'm gonna be up there right with them. So keep just being me, just trying to be great, trying to do better for my family. That's what I'm really doing it for too, man. And just, live my life, have fun, man. Like, we wake up every morning. You gotta pray, man. People don't pray sometimes. You gotta wake up and pray. Like, yo, we here. There's somebody out there today. I did not wake up today. So you gotta eat that and just be like, yo, fuck, I'm gonna go out there and
Go
work.
out there and hustle,
Yeah,
sweat
man.
it out, do it.
Life is a grind. Yo, I told somebody this before. I say, yo, if your life is not hard, it's not a life. Life gotta get hard. It do. If your life ain't hard, son, something is wrong.
I'm definitely relate to
I
that.
think it was and when it comes to like life struggle movies, I'm definitely one of those people that watch those movies. And I think it was Rocky Balboa when he was standing outside with his son. So this was after all the Rocky series, and then they came out when Rocky was old and washed up, and he had the joint, and his son, he wanted to fight again. And he out there talking to his son, and his son is telling him. Yeah, right before Creed, it was the Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
And you got Creed 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So his son is telling him, oh, don't fight no more because I'm tired of living in your shadow. And he's like, yo, life hits hard.
It do.
And it's not how hard life hit, it's what you do after you get up from getting hit that way. That determines who you are. Like, you got to take that stand. Like, if life come easy, the people that life come easy to when they don't struggle, or the people that have no ambition.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah, they don't have no ambition. They cool with just being regular. Like, the way, and I don't mean to say it like this, people might get offended, but some people are cool just being in the house, they go to field, nigga. Nobody ever want to come up out of that. So it's like,
listen, man, I done seen the worst of the worst. I done seen the best of the best. Like, I done seen people that done really put on and they good. And I done seen people that is still sitting on the crate doing what they gotta do. Like, nobody wanna do that. Like, I'm 25 years old. Like, I done seen the worst of the worst. Like, where I come from, like I said, it's not hell on earth, but like, yo, it's not pretty. Like, you see, whatever you describe the hood to be, I done seen it. That's what it is, man. Like, you gotta learn how to come up out of that, man. Like, yo, sometimes people don't got that perspective, like they could be better. Cause sometimes I think people get entrapped in that monster where they like, nah, this is what life is, and I gotta embrace it.
and this is where I belong.
In the moment, you're gonna embrace it because you're living through it. But when you get out of that, come on, bro. Like, yo, I done been places in the world I never thought I'd be. Like, I done been in Canada. I never thought I'd go to. Fuck, I'm in Canada for. I done been.
I think you was going for Drake. You was about to assassinate him or some shit.
Nah, if I was going out there for Drake, he would have to see me 16 balls apiece for 3 rounds. I wouldn't.
Word? Oh shit. Yo, Drake, I think you got a challenge.
Drake won't battle me. The bag he wants is gonna be astronomical. I can't give him. Drake want like $3 million to battle me. I can't get Drake $3 million.
Well, nah, you would have to give him $3 million because you gonna win.
No, funny. You put $3 million on me and Drake, I'm going into like the same cave Saddam was in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like sometimes you really gotta like just think, man. Like some days you gotta sit down and really think, like, yo, there's so much life out there, bro. Like, I just came from Europe like last week. I was in Lithuania. Like, you out there, you like, yo, I'm really halfway across the country. Come on, who do that? Nobody do that. You're not just gonna get up one day and be like, I'm gonna go to Canada. I'm gonna just go sit in Mexico or do this and do that. Like, I'm just go to Europe. You don't just do that. Like, you gotta. It's a dream. You gotta make it happen, though. You know, man. Like, it's so much to this life, man. It sucks because sometimes I be trying to preach that to like some of the youth in my hood, man. And so what? Some of them they just want to bang. Ain't nothing in banging, bro. I didn't see.
And you know what it is? They only see what's in front of them. like a lot of them don't have that. I don't even. I don't want to say imagination because imaginations or dream of a better life, but
But
they they don't want to grow.
I'm gonna tell you what killed me though about people not trying to take strides though, because I know a lot of the youth that's out there really like trying to bang and put on for the hood. I know somebody, they family, like they come from good homes, got a mother, all of that, pops, brother, sister. They come from a good home, but they just want to go outside and put on a flag and think this is what it's about. Nah, bro, I watched my brother go through it. My older brother was banging. I watched him deal with it. Come on, man, I ain't pretty, but at the end of the day, I recognize him a lot because I look at him like another father figure. But me being his younger brother, he put me on game. That's what you're supposed to do. Yo, you're not gonna do this and do this. How you gotta do it? I grew up with a mother and a father. So I mean, things was never, like I said, things was never perfect. But like I said, things wasn't easy. I found inspiration seeing my brother on the TV. It really made me greedy. Like, and that's facts. Like my brother Ant, like my blood brother, he was just on Channel 11 on Christmas singing. Like I see that, I'm like, yo,
But that's beautiful. Like,
yeah, it is beautiful.
like no lie, you see that. It's just you see life in a different way especially when that's your family and all that, and you get an inspiration from it. Like Christmas was just yesterday, bro.
Christmas was yesterday.
Yesterday, just a whole yesterday.
My brother, no lie, on everything I love, my brother was on TV singing with his choir, like with his group of friends. They went to school with each other and all that, so they still be performing and stuff. They was on TV, man, and I'm like, that's my blood right there, like so that make you think like, it's ways to get out of what you in, it's only but so far you could go in the mud, man. That's what everybody.
Yo, you
about.
know what? I've never heard that saying, but just you saying it, it's like anybody that's ever walked in the mud know that that's just a struggle, and there's a point where you like, I ain't even gonna move my feet no more. Like, fuck this shit.
Listen, physically, I walked in mud.
I know, cause you a killer. I know. We here, bro. We here.
That's what I'm saying, though, like physically, I was in the mud. Physically, I was in the dirt. And people talk about that mentally, though. Like, mentally, people like, yeah, I'm from the mud, I'm from the dirt. Nah, like, physically, that's a real thing. Mentally, you just trapped. Like I said, there's ways to get out of that, bro. Like, you just gotta really get up and tell yourself, like, yo, today, nah, yo, ma, we living here, nah, this is gonna change in a few months. Like, I be talking to my mother about it, too. I had a conversation with my mom not too long ago. I said, mom, we out. We about to get out of New York. Like, there's so much more to life. Like, I done been to places that I never thought I would go. And you go to places and you like, yo, there's life outside of where we at. Like, yo, I went to Nebraska before. Fuck, I'm doing in Nebraska. Like, I never thought I would be in Nebraska. Like, I'm in Nebraska. I'm laying in a hotel, like, and I'm laying there. I'm like, I'm in fucking Nebraska. But, like, yo, it's crazy. I've been in Nebraska, Milwaukee, Canada, Mexico, Lithuania, Europe. Like, man, you gotta tighten up them boots, man. Tighten up your shoes, and like I said, go for it, man. Like, it's there. You just gotta figure out your way to obtain it. Dreams ain't fake. Like, you watch a lot of people, a lot of your favorite rappers. Some of them be fake, but some of them really came from shit, and like some of them really came up and then got to it. That's why I respect Meek Mill so much. Like, I love listening to what Meek gotta say, cause Meek grew up in Philly, man. Like, it's the trenches. Like, and Meek is one of my favorites, and what he talk about, he's so motivated. Like, when I watch his interviews now, he just talks different. He don't talk like, it don't come off like he wanna be hood. Like, he talk like he's happy in life. Like, he's happy. Like, it's.
And just talking about Meek, right? And when he got locked up and all that stuff happened, it was Meek Mill's always stood true to where he came from, and it was like when he made it, got that deal and when he was making that money, like he still stood true to him. Like he was still there. He was still there. And I feel that being from Philly, like the whole state came for him. Like that's how he ended up where he ended up. That's why he got locked up because Meek Mills became a threat to Philly.
And I don't even know why you would be a threat though.
But it's crazy because it was like, yo, look, I came from. It was like Meek Mills was like, yo, I'm from here. If you were anything like me, if you was here, like I'm talking about where I grew up, where I did this, and yo, I think some of the hardest rappers come from Philly.
Some
Like
some of the goats, if you actually came from.
Yo, they are freaking nasty out there.
That's a different level of being like that's a different level of good though. Like Philly, like I said, I watch battle rap a lot. Like I love battle rap. Like some of the goats is from Philly. Like you got like a Reed Dollars and shit. Like Reed might not keep up with what's going on today, but Reed is a goat. Like when he came in that era, like what Beanie Sequence, State Property, and them they did, goats. Freeway, all of them, they goats. Like Meek is gonna be like Diddy and Hove and all of them. Meek is gonna be one of them ones.
Yeah.
The way he moving right now, he gonna be one of them ones.
Yeah, like
And like I said, like to me, he's my modern day, like how a Hove or Diddy would move. That's why I pay so much attention outside of his music to how his interviews and how he talk. Like he's in a different space than how he might have been 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to like be like, yo, I'm trying to be better than that. You got to do that. Like, and it's hard, but it's not hard. Like when you put your mind, body, and soul into that and into your craft, what they gonna tell you when you're at the top? They just gonna hate on you.
Like I had an artist that he was one of my. He came all the way from Philly when I was at another radio station before we developed this, and his name was K Price.
I feel like I heard him
Yo,
before.
K Price.
Where you from?
He from Philly. He from
Like,
Philly.
I heard that name.
He from Philly, and I had him on my show. And when I tell you the shit that he put out, there was one. It was like the thoughts of a killer, right? So basically, it was him spitting balls, and the visual for the video was a dude that felt he got played on the block while he was in the hood, and your man went home and got the hammer, and while he was walking to go meet the dude that played him on the block, these are his thoughts, everything that was going through his head right before he bodied him. And he spit balls, and it was on a Philly block. Grind. I've been to Philly, so I'm standing there. I've seen what Philly look like. I'm like, yo, like this is how y'all live. Like to me, this is different. Like I grew up in Harlem. I lived in Queens. My family. I've raised my family in Queens. And now I'm back in Harlem now, and it's like, and I lived in Brooklyn, and it's like Philly is like the sidewalks are not sidewalks. the buildings are not buildings. It's like everything is just 2 stories high.
It's like right now the way I hit Philly is like it's like the Bronx is burning.
Yeah.
Like at that time when the Bronx was burning, that's how they talk about Philly now.
Yeah, but that's what it is though. Like if you like visually look at it, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And like just the way they did, like they're telling the story. You say when you do your rap, everything is therapeutic. Like it's for you when you say that. These Philly rappers really be saying what they say, and they put in their rhymes to what they need to get through, what they need to get through. Like they really be going through some shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's why like yo, this shit, like this art form is like that's why it was made. Like it was made for like, you know what I'm saying? It was made for, like to be feel good shit, but like the real MCs, they made that shit to like talk about where they come from, the corners that they walk through, like the blocks that's getting played. They talk about that, and that's why I always my pops like he like I said, he raised me on a lot of this hip hop shit. So like the message, but like that, like the message is probably one of the greatest hip hop songs in. It might be arguably the greatest hip hop song ever, because the way they talk about where they from, like, yo, man, like that shit is real. Like that's what I'm saying. I always take the blueprint and I go back to the drawing board. I'm like, all right, well, in this round, how can I talk about what's real?
And KRS One, I think, was the one who did it best
KRS.
when he spoke about all the boroughs. I'm gonna take a bathroom break. Y'all can continue because we already over the hour, so it don't even matter.
Like I said, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all even having me up here, man. Like, no funny. Like, I love this, bro. You know. Like I said, I can spit some more real one more time.
Oh, you got more beats?
Nah, I could go acapella if you want me to.
Oh yeah.
It's like.
He's trying to go acapella. Shoot. Huh?
Nah, bro. Like I said, man, I just spit a lot of truth, bro.
Yeah, that's that's what I always like. That's what I always liked about your music, as opposed to like so many
Yeah,
people.
man. Like, yo, bro. Like I
Especially
said,
like the mainstream people that I'm like hearing, and I always tell people all the time like I'm not a fan of like the songs that are advertised like the artists that are advertised the most. Like I'm not really a fan of.
Oh, I got you, bro. No,
And it's just like hearing them and like all they have to say is like nothing, and then you got you who's actually spitting bars, telling stories, and I'm just like, yo, my bro can really do this shit and actually, and it'll actually make sense. Like he'll actually, in my opinion, earn those millions because he's actually spitting some stuff that people can relate to.
Like, you play Come On Down during the break. I don't know if I ever heard it. Listen, like, my second verse, it's so real, bro. Like, yo, I said, I be caught off guard like a deer in the headlights. Still trying to learn my ways, trying to get my bread right. Wanna cash out on a whip that look dead nice. Inside Black Mike, outside Dead Mike. You can see I'm trying to better my life. Pinstripes, Yankee cap on, living it right. I resemble the city, I'm bright, lit up the night. 40 dudes, 34th Street, killing it twice. Who ready hit him with rice? Celebration, learn the ways from the best, this is meditation. Learn the ways from the quest. Different things I done make me everything I am. Different things I seen make me everything a man. Not a rap don't work, then it's back to the block. Trying to figure how to package a rock, kind of nigga. Never want to be a gangster, just a father figure. Trying to shed some light so I can share my knowledge with you. Like, come on, who's gonna talk about that?
No, it just seems like nobody's like really spitting, and it drives me crazy that there's a lot of people that. Nah, I get what y'all said before, like in the beginning, like when y'all out somewhere and y'all do hit them certain songs, and it's just like, all right, y'all bobbing to it, but then it's just like, this just kills me. It's just like, yo, where's the longevity? I feel like a lot of those songs, they're only hot for this moment. Nobody's gonna really play them like a couple months from now. Like his music, I've been bumping for years. Like ever since he dropped one song, I'll be vibing out to that song for years. His songs has longevity to it, and it just kills me that that's the problem with today's music. Everything is hot for a moment. We all always go back to the music that was made in the 80s, the 90s, the hip hop in the early 2000s. Sometimes in the beginning of this decade. But then there's a cutoff point. And then we have those songs that's hot for the moment. But then we just go back to those other songs.
You know, I would say this with just that last set of bars that you dropped, and you was talking about packaging a rock or being a father figure. Like, I don't care. Like, I got some years on you, bro. I do. Like, you 25, right? I'm 40. So.
You young as shit, though.
All day.
Nah, God bless. Like,
all
real,
day.
real
Like,
shit, you young as fuck, though.
yo, but on some real shit, like, when I had my first daughter, my oldest,
God bless.
she's, I turned 17. She was born 4 days after my 17th birthday.
God bless her.
And I tell you, the day that she was born, it was, yo, what do I do? Because I'm still in high school. I'm trying to figure it out. And when you come from a certain place, it's like, yo, how do you take care of yours? So the first thing I was like, yo, I need to go get some weight. I need to package it up. I need to sell it.
Yeah, man,
I need to do this and I need to do that.
Yo, I got another, like, yo, I done said, like, now get up off your feet and do everything that you said last week. You either get a job or you hustle in the streets. I don't condone drugs, but get it by any means. It's a double standard world that we live in. You don't like killing, but gotta do for your children. Innocent bystanders praying that they won't feel it. Working on, like, yo, like, I done said,
Yo, but
like,
no lie, like just hearing that, like just hearing what you saying, and just like those little bits and pieces, you could tell you came from a household
facts.
of love.
Yeah,
So shout out to your moms and your
I
pops,
appreciate that.
your
Shout out to
your,
my parents, man.
your
Thanks.
parents, your siblings,
brothers,
your
yeah.
brothers, and all that.
You know,
Like, yo, they was there for you, and when you said it when you first came here, you was like, yo, I'm family oriented. So when I come here, you know, I try to do my thing and spend that time with your peoples,
Yeah, gangster.
which is beautiful. And the problem in our communities is that we don't value family as much as we need to, because I grew up in a household. I grew up with my moms and my pops, and my mom's was the loving, caring one. My pops was the stern, strict. You don't want to fuck with that motherfucker. But I think I was more scared of my mom's than anything else.
I'm more scared of my mom's.
Yo, cause she was that wild Puerto Rican with the hands from Brooklyn. Like, I seen my mom throw her hands one day, and I was stuck. I was like this. My pops was a Golden Glove boxer. Like, this nigga used to fight for fun. Like that's the way he used to do it.
Yeah.
And my mom's, I saw her throw her hands, and I was like, Mom.
That's how it go, man.
Like,
I said,
wow. But my pops always told me, it's like, yo, at the end of the day, all you got is family. Yo, your friend is a dollar in your pocket. When you don't got no money, you don't got no friends. That was the realest shit my father ever told me.
Yo, like I said, when it's all said and done, man, like I said, I got rap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some other moves, but
Yeah.
listen, at the end of the day, like I said, whatever you doing and you put your heart into, your main focus is your family. Because when you break, whatever girl you dealing with, for probably whatever friends you think you got, they're not gonna be there. But yo, I guarantee whatever I've been through,
Your family's
mother
there.
right there for me.
All
Whatever
the
I've been
time.
through, my pops he gonna call me. Like my grandparents, they gonna call me. Like it's real.
That
So
is
like
real.
your family, your blood is there. No matter what people say, sometimes you can't trust your family. I can trust mom. Whatever. I don't. Sorry, what y'all gonna do?
Yeah.
When I break, yo, my brother gonna lift me up. My oldest brother, my other brother, they gonna lift me up. Like my aunts, they gonna lift me up. My uncles, they gonna lift me up.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes your friends, man. Like I said, I know people more have my life. When I break, who there for me? Not them. My family gonna lift me up, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
Yeah, real talk.
So I'm saying, like, in that when I did freestyle, like I said, last time I spit, when I said, I think the Lord that I made it out, a couple people from the hood, they tried to take me out. That's just a dream, but I still want to do. They hate me now. I gotta get it. No, that love is kind of fake, and now I'm banking on they flaking. Really want to do. The people really miss me, because when I left the hood, relationships was kind of iffy, and people that was close to me moved better when against me. Think you could trick me? Start to move like 50. Like,
God damn.
Yo, this is what we doing right now before you get up out of here. This is what we doing right now.
like I said, at the end of the day, man, like before this is done, I'm just, like I said, I'm just giving the blueprint. Like how I can give the blueprint. I ain't never give a blueprint to no. I gave blueprints, but like nobody really listened. But whatever masses out there that's listening to this, yo, dream, bro. Go do what you gotta do. Put on for your fam. If you got kids, put on for your kids. Do what you gotta do. I don't got no kids right now. I wanna have kids one day, though. But by the time I have kids and a wife, I wanna have a big ass crib. I want my mom to have a crib. I want my pops to have a crib. I want everybody to be good.
And it's gonna happen because
Hell yeah, it's gonna happen.
you spoke it into existence, and the way you do it,
every day, man.
the shit is real.
I take ownership of this. This is my shit. That's how I gotta think.
So-
This is me.
So before you do get up out of here, because I know you got a show to head to tonight.
Yeah,
But
fact.
speaking of shows,
Oh, well, you got a show tonight?
I got no.
You
funny,
got a show
I got-
tomorrow.
I got a show Saturday actually. In the
no,
city,
Saturday.
At
Yeah.
Arlene's Grocery
Yeah.
in the city.
Okay.
It's an event from 2 to 5. I think I'm probably going last, but you know, if y'all can pull up, show love. It's a coat drive. So if you bring coat, you get that mission.
Okay. Actually, I got a coat in my bag. I'll give
No
you.
funny. It's Arlene's.
No lie. I got a coat in my bag. I was gonna drop in that coat drop box. You can take it with you.
I love it. Yeah,
Yo, for real, I got one in my bag. No lie. That's just brand new.
I'm about to head to the city. I'm about to go to Dave East show though.
Dave East.
You know, try to get inspiration. That's one of my I'll probably go home tonight and probably write the craziest 32 of my life because that's how I get when I see shit like what I'm about to see.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all love, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, I appreciate y'all having me. Like, this means more than the world. Like, you won't even get it. Like, little stuff like this mean everything. So, I appreciate y'all's love, for real.
And where can they follow you, sir?
Follow me on Instagram, BennyLove_BENNYLOVE_. Twitter, BennyLove, 2 underscores, BENNYLOVE__. SoundCloud, Kenneth Rashawn. YouTube, Kenneth Rashawn. AudioMac, Kenneth Rashawn. 2020, Apple Music, Spotify, look out for it. Plan on dropping a project. I don't know when, but hopefully early in the year, man. I'm working. I'm trying to do what I got to do when I can, man. And just keep it going. I do this for me. I do it for the culture, you know. So.
And you know when it's genuine and you feel like you doing what you do and it being for the culture, it's felt. Like no lie.
I appreciate it.
Like I felt it the whole time you was here. It's no bullshit. So I'm never gonna lie to nobody that come up here, because you come up here. Why would I lie? You don't want no yes man. I'm not a yes man. I'm gonna sit there and tell you.
That's one of my best friends. Nigga don't want me for shit.
Yo, and I tell you like real talk. Like if your shit was whack, it was whack.
I want to hear that.
And then you gonna sit there, you gonna look at me like, really? You called me on here and tell me my shit was whack? Well, my man, you really submitted your music to me and thought that I was really gonna yes you to death, and I had to bring you up here to make sure you step your game up. So that's just what it is, and I think that it's all love all the time. And I definitely appreciate you being here and knowing what you do outside of music. Like I definitely appreciate you more, because it takes a real man to sit there and make the decisions that you made and the choices that you made to better your life, and at the same time still stay true to your craft and still make sure that you there for yours.
Facts.
Because I know everything you doing for yours.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
Like real talk, like I know it, I see it. It's not even when you see people. Everybody always talk about the vibe, but not really people understand what that vibe is.
Yeah.
But when they say real recognize real, and that's always been the same. And I recognize what you're doing.
That's love, bro. Like,
Yo,
put down my little sisters, man.
for real.
I need that. Yeah,
Yo, for real, I recognize it, and it's all love. When I met this man, and he came through here, like, real recognize real, like, I always support him. And it's just
all day, every day.
And it's all love all the time, and that's what it is in this motherfucker. For real. So yo, Jay Troy, tell them where they can follow you at. Hey, yo, we gonna get the power.
Yeah,
yo, that shit right there. Boom,
I'll be watching
yo, that shit. When he did that shit the first, I was like, oh shit, he got pulled like word. Yo, you busting guns?
So that's Facebook, J Troy, that's JAYTROY. YouTube, J Troy, JAYTROY. Instagram, Wildcat J Troy, that's WILDKAT JAYTROY. And that's about it. That's where you find me.
man.
Yo, so you already know it's your boy Prophet Pete, and that's Prophet. That's not Prophet like, yo, y'all need to fucking follow me in the Bible or some shit. We talk about profit money, real talk. Yo, that's PROFIT_radio_NY. Yo, you can follow me on the gram. Make sure that you follow WEMS_radio, because we popping, we worldwide. We got Germany, we got China, we got South Africa, we got motherfuckers listening. And stop playing. Yo, and I miss the AKA Baja Panty, because I be dropping those drawers, you heard? Yo, it's big boy season. Yo, no lie. Yo, I'm sorry, this skinny niggas is not in right now. It's belly on back season. All the shorties want their belly on the back. They need the booty warmers right now. Right? I got the booty warmer. I got the booty warmer built in. Like, I just drop it on their back. They good with it. They good with it, bro. I'm just saying, it's winter time. Some of these shorties don't got no heat in the crib. I come through. here. Yo, this is the spot. Yo, DJ Shaw recognize. Yo, my nigga, I love you. Yo, we good, homie. Yo.